Radio. Festival of the Boot 2012. Part 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Comancheros and nomads, shooters and twitchers, chicken sexers and duck eaters, apprentice lion tamers and rabbit hat magicians, great white sharks and hairy-nosed wombats, Sumatran tigers and FNQ taipans, Shire supporters and Sarah Murdoch dance freaks, super trawlers and recreational fishermen, Eddie and Koshi, Mitt and Obama, trolls and bloggers, and our Olympic shooting duds, Russell and Michael. Welcome to the AFL Grand Final for 2012. Welcome to the MCG on that one day in September as the Shooters return to the forest. What a year it's been for Australian wildlife. The drought has broken, rivers are flowing, and birds are squawking. Breeding pairs are up and about getting the job done for the first time in centuries. Birds are clogging the treetops, nesting in every nook and cranny and dropping feathers and turds right across Australia. And as the wildlife has returned to the watering hole, so have the nation's top shooters. They're back and they're ready to go back. And this dazzling football year climaxes today at the G with an old-fashioned battle of the birds. The happy team from Hawthorn, stained in yellow and brown, are up against the blood-stained Angels, the Sydney Swans, in a fight to the death for the biggest prize in the animal kingdom. That prize includes the keys to the AFL pigeon coop and shooting rights at all Australian waterholes for the next 12 months. As the flock of wild geese and galahs settles on the billabong, let's cross over to the smiley faces of football camped behind the ABC News radio card table. It's a very warm welcome to the Shogun of the Shotty, the shooting sheriff who loves nailing a shag, the feather plucker's son, rampaging Roy Slaven. Roy is back on the perch with a hair trigger and cocked weapon, sniffing out sparrows after a run of outs after shooting himself in the foot. He is stoolside with a man who is a firm believer in traditional methods. That man is armed with a Hessian sack, a couple of bricks and a bucket of water. But in a break with tradition this year, he's also taken the vow of silence. It is H.G. Nelson. H.G.
Good afternoon, Australia. Hello, Solar System. Welcome to the Boot Part 1. Welcome to the MCG. Welcome to the AFL Grand Final for 2012. Welcome, my very good friends, as the Shooters return to the forest. As ever, this year's AFL Grand Final is a timeless story of two teams with one dream. And today it's also a tale of two great cities. It's Melbourne versus Sydney. One of today's teams, decked out in the wee and the poo, are the happy team from Hawthorn, coached by Alistair Clarkson and skippered by Luke Gastro Boy Hodge, who has been bowl-side all week. They're in an old-fashioned battle of the birds for the biggest prize in Australian football, and their ornithological opponents this afternoon are those cultured harbourside heroes dolled up in the red and the white, coached by a man called John, a man called Horse Longmire, and skippered by a panel of experts. They are the Sydney Swans. Footy lovers, the nation has never been so united as it is today under the banner of the boot. My very good friends, let me remind you at the top of the dig that for the best of the boot part one, turn the television to the football channel down your end of the swamp, turn down the sound and turn up News Radio. And as the battle continues for the build-up, I'm joined by the News Radio card table on the MCG boundary line by a man who is synonymous with September. This man literally grows an extra leg whenever September rolls around and the boot is in focus. That is rampaging Roy Slaven. Roy, good afternoon, and can we get your thoughts on the big one here at the G immediately?
Yes, thank you very much, H.G. Nelson, and what a pleasure it is to be on News Radio. It's a long-held dream for the pair of us, for the whole team. The team of 30 or so that have putting this broadcast to air, and what an extraordinary experience it is. HG, I am over the moon with what's happening today. We've got Paul Kelly, of course, the great Paul Kelly, with the capo on the 4th fret. I noticed for the first time I've seen, in living memory, seeing a capo on that fret with I Remember, and we do remember. Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of past players filing by. And taking their dreams
Olympic
along
champions.
with them. Olympic champions. We saw the great Sally Pearson. We'll get to people we've seen a little bit later on, HG. Let's just set the atmosphere. The atmosphere, of course, is electric, as you'd expect. But it's also almost literally electric because we're expecting electric storms.
Thunderstorms and lightning.
Thunderstorms and lightning. Sturm und Drang, we used to call it in the old days when we were living in Germany.
What?
And I don't know if we've had a grand final with literally bolts of electricity
hitting the goalposts
and perhaps striking players. And that's something that, when was the last time we saw nothing but a smoking pair of boots on the field? It's been a hell of a long time, and it might happen here today. Mm-hmm. It's extraordinary. You asked me, HG, how I think the game is going to go. Well, I think all bets are off now.
Yes.
Given the weather, given the inclemency of the circumstances, it's anyone's game. Mm-hmm. Well, not quite anyone's. It's either one of two teams.
Yes.
But, there's no way Adelaide's going to win from here. It's not. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how the storms come. Adelaide is not going to win. And nor is Brisbane. It's just not going to happen. It's going to be either the Swans or Hawthorn. Now, it's the most anticipated, I think, grand final in history.
Right.
Now,
you're going out on a limb.
It is the most anticipated, HG. So many talking points. The first being, from my mind, just as an observer, someone who's been a casual observer of the game for many years, that is, can the Swans kick straight? They've shown very little evidence of it since they left Melbourne, South Melbourne, all those years ago. These kicking skills have left them, but determination, grinding away, has got them there in the end. Will their big men stand up? Do they have the best defence in the history of the game? Does Hawthorn have the finest attack in the history of the game? Who is going to dominate the corridor? It's all about the corridor today, HG. I mean, forget going around the outside, going through the wings. Corridor is special today, in my view. We saw last week the corridor exposed in Hawthorn.
True.
Adelaide just going through. I mean, there was nothing there.
I know. Fresh air.
Now, will that have been noticed by the staff, the Brains Trust at the Swans? I hope so. If they're listening to our broadcast, which they will be, there's a bit of information, a nugget you can build on.
Yeah,
go through the middle. So, who is going to win? I think the Swans will win, because the weather is going to suit their grafting, niggling game. They don't want the open spaces.
No.
Kick to the space and chase.
They've got agoraphobia.
That doesn't suit their game.
No.
Where it does Hawthorn. Now, this is going to slow the Hawthorn speed men down measurably.
Yes. And with all that in the bag, Roy, your tip for the Norm Smith medalist? I mean, I have a dream that it could be split between two Smiths, one on either side, but sadly that's unlikely. You've come out, though, in the media today and have suggested that you've got a player in mind who should bag the Norm Smith.
Well, I'd love to see Josh Kennedy get it, HG, I would. I've loved the Kennedy family. Well, who hasn't? They've been synonymous with Hawthorn for so long now, ever since probably the inception of the club all those years ago. Now, wouldn't it be a fitting, wouldn't it be one, right up the nose of the family to have the renegade Kennedy, who's left the fold, left the Hawks' nest to become a Swan, letting down family, letting down his grandfather, John Senior. Let's not forget him. Mind you, he's easy to forget. And what about the son, John Jr.? Very ordinary bloke. But the young kiddie, he could see there was no future at Hawthorn because he hated the culture. He hated the culture. He hated the culture that was generated by old man Kennedy and Kennedy number 2. So now we've got Josh. I'd love to see him win the Norm Smith. I think it'll be perfect.
And of course, the pictures now show us the preparations in the Sydney Swans rooms, and they look fired up. Obviously, there's Big Mumford entering the room late. He always arrives late. He hasn't changed.
It's a
one thing.
superstition, HG. He likes to go to the toilet last.
And speaking of toilet this week, a lot of chat was made of Hodges' gastric last week. Is there an upside to playing with gastric, Roy?
I think there is, HG. If they know you have gastric, they're less inclined to tackle you, in my view. And given the Hawthorn colours, they're not going to know if the gastric's there or not.
Absolutely right.
You know what I mean? He could be browning out to buggery. And players are going to think, do I really want to go near that? Do I really? And there are obviously hygienic, effects, impacts that can have on you. I mean, if you've got brown all around your hands and getting around your face, it's not a good look. And you do worry about your well-being.
The Bamfords are on. Obviously, the one family's provided most of the Bamfords today. I think it's Ronnie, Lonnie and Johnny Bamford officiating, of course. And the Sydney Swans are gathering onto the race, onto the MCG, as they come out and get their first sniff of the thunder and lightning that waits before them, literally in the weather and obviously metaphorically in the team of Hawthorn.
Yes.
The bloke looks at his watch. He won't let him go. But now let's go down and take the Sydney Swans club theme song. Here on screen. I don't like the amiability between these two teams. You know, Clarko obviously spent a long time with Horse in their junior grades. They enjoy each other. They're going to have a beer about this match afterwards.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Too.
This is war.
Yes,
this
I
is
know.
madness to people.
Yes.
People have painted their houses these colours.
Yes, I know.
You know, in red and white, or the Wee and the Pooh in the other case. They don't want to have to go back and repaint it if
Well,
they
it's
lose.
a 19th century concept, isn't it, HG, where the two opposing generals will get together and have a sherry and then watch the battle emerge, unfold, watching through binoculars while they sip their Madeira. I don't like that at all. It's not modern. You know, we've got to drag the AFL into the 21st century and say it's got to be a game of hate, if anything. That's where its future lies. Its future lies in hate. I tell you something I just observed then, HG, when the Swans were running around. And it's an attractive thing too, and that's the number of beards that are emerging.
I know,
in
the beard is back. It's
the
just
beard is back,
fantastic.
isn't it?
Make no mistake.
Yeah.
The beard is back with the boot,
Yes.
the buttock, the
Yes.
brain, and the bull.
Yes.
And of course, here's the team from the representing the Wee and the Pooh today. Obviously, the happy team from Hawthorn. Just with looking at what they could be winning.
Yes,
And I hope that's an omen. I don't think that's an omen.
I don't think it's an omen. I tell you what, they look dazed to me, actually. They don't look focused. The Swans look focused. These blokes look as if they've been bashed around the head with a club. Look at them. They're just dazed. They don't know where they are. What day is it? What's going on? Why am I dressed like this?
Well, did you read that column? I think it was by the general, the former general, not the current Gastro Boy general, but the former general, Mark Rasciuto, who said they're going to have trouble staying awake. Staying awake.
It's not a good look when you're going into battle, is it?
No.
Wake up, boys. You never hear that coming from a general. Come on, everyone. Wake up.
Clap, clap. Pants up. On you go.
Pants-
I mean, it's just no. They do look tired.
They look spent. They look done.
And is he that bloke in the front carrying the ball with in the right hand? Is
Yeah.
he still suffering from gastro?
Well, he looks as if he's got a knee ailment for mine, HG. And there, so many of these players are carrying tremendous injuries. You know, cruciate ligaments, etc., hamstring, groin strain, hamstring strain, etc.
Well, let's take the club song as Here Come the Mighty Hawks. A late tackle, a boot in the date, a bit of, sending the oyster south.
Yeah.
You'll see that from the Hawthorn team today.
Yes.
Now, conditions, Roy. Are you surprised at how they've come up, much better than we
Well, it's
hoped?
dried out very quickly, hasn't it? For all the rain we heard about a little bit earlier on, and indeed observed. In fact, we arrived here at the ground saturated, and we had large umbrellas. Such was the force of the wind. It was as if the rain was bouncing off the ground straight onto us. Yet we look here now, and I'm sure some people are getting the pictures while they listen to news radio. It actually looks like a beautiful summer's day now, doesn't it?
It's incredible.
But that's Melbourne, isn't it? I mean, it's 4 seasons. Who said it? Someone said it before. 4 seasons in one day, isn't it? And at the moment, we've got a little bit of sunshine. So let's just enjoy it. Look at these Swans, HG. They're kicking straight. Of course, there's not much pressure at the moment, and people shouldn't be confused here. They're not getting any points for any of these kicks that are going between the sticks. This is just practice. But aren't they kicking well in practice?
Oh, they're excellent. As we see LRT, Lewis Robert Thompson, there's a man with a lot on his mind.
Yes.
Clarko. I'm not sure why he's crouched down, maybe inspecting the surface there, running the eye over the Swans, looking for weaknesses. Now, Roy, video review has been something introduced into the AFL this year, especially when the ball moves in close proximity to the uprights at either end of the park.
Yeah.
Are you worried that we're getting this wrong still with video review, that we're not putting into the box to review the video people who understand television?
Yes.
We've got people in there who understand football.
know.
And I know you've called in the media for people like Bryn Edelstone, Paris Hilton, Bert Newton to be given that job. How do you see that task, and how do you see that task developing?
Look, essentially you need people who understand a two-dimensional universe to understand what's happening with a video replay. See, you and I, we're trapped in a three-dimensional universe, and so we're baffled when we see video images because it's in 2 dimensions, obviously. Now, I've spoken extensively to Margaret Pomerantz and David Stratton. I think they would be marvellous. No one understands, in Australia, no one understands the two-dimensional universe better than they do. And I've sat with them looking at video replays, and they've had a totally different interpretation of the one I've had because I'm trapped in my old-fashioned mindset. Yeah. I haven't sat most of my life looking at two-dimensional images. I haven't. I've been out living life. I've been living in the three-dimensional universe. Now, I think you're absolutely right. We've got to get people in who understand what's going on with video imagery. Yeah. It's a totally different worldview. And to expect some poor, hapless whistleblower to go off the field upstairs and make a judgment about a universe he doesn't understand, I think is criminal.
Criminal?
Criminal.
Would you like to see something, some way of getting the kids involved?
Yes.
Maybe people who,
kids love their video games.
I was just going to say that. People who are gaming all the time to be involved.
Gamers. I'd get gamers in. Yes. A new generation of people who understand this 2D thing that's going on.
Excellent. Now, Roy, who have you seen here today? I mean, it's obviously a great social occasion.
Yes.
And, apart from being a football occasion, a lot of corporate people here.
Yes.
Who have you seen?
Look, it's always a frantic time, grand final day, HG, here in Melbourne. So many stars. Stars. Look, John Stephenson asked me have his regards sent on to you.
Thanks very much. That's great.
And he's a marvellous bloke, Steffo. One of the Silver Bullets from memory.
From Athens.
From Athens, yeah. He didn't quite bring it home in London. In fact, he didn't do much in London at all. But anyway, be that as it may, let's stick with what we remember of John in the great John years when he was a Bullet. Sally Pearson, of course, our gold medal hero.
Saw her earlier.
Yes. She was in great form. Jennifer Hawkins, HG, I bumped into. Loves her AFL. And I hadn't seen her since we went to see, together, we went to see South Pacific. This was at the Opera House up in Sydney. And she loved it. She didn't hang around for the second half because she felt she knew where the plot was going. But it was marvellous to see her, and hopefully she'll stay for all 4 quarters of the AFL final. Ron Boswell, who's saying goodbye. Box-headed Bozo, terrific bloke, doesn't know a thing about football but is just loving the atmosphere and is looking forward to retirement where he's going to do a lot of fishing, apparently. Sonia Kruger, and hasn't she become a star? Hasn't she become a star?
Big Brother right around.
Big Brother, that's the show, isn't it? I mean, if News Radio could get Big Brother, that would be a dream come true, but it's not going to happen. Grant Denyer, speaking of funny blokes, is there anyone funnier in Australia at the moment? I don't think so. George Pell.
Oh, yes,
Speaking
Pell.
of funny blokes, Big George loves his AFL. You know he was a great player.
I know, Richmond.
Yeah, Richmond.
Could have gone all the way
I know.
if he hadn't heard the call.
I know. I know. God had different plans for George, and they weren't as an AFL champion. He was a ruckman, HG. Huge man.
Huge man.
I'd forgotten how big he is. You know, he's getting bigger. Even though his stoop is getting stoopier, I think he's still growing. Remarkable thing. He must be nearly 70 now. But he's a huge, huge man. And that's, we can probably hear Craig Willis in the background. Doesn't he do a marvellous
Brilliant
job?
voice, yes.
I bumped into Craig a little bit earlier. I bumped into Lara Bingle, HG.
Yes.
And quite coincidentally, I was in the toilet with Pup not long before. You know, I'd never met Pup before.
No.
What a charming young man.
Yes. Captain of the Australian
Captain of the Australian cricket team. Lovely fella. And I bumped into... there's old bloody John Senior. Hey, what a clown.
And, of course, the Triple Brownlow medalist Bobby Skilton
Yeah.
as they drag the cup out. That's
Yeah.
a tremendous image right there.
Isn't it ever?
Did you know they were here, both
No,
those blokes?
I didn't know.
No.
No.
God,
no.
when they walked past, I couldn't believe
I
it.
couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I just thought I tapped you on the shoulder and
You
said,
said,
look
"Look
at
at
this." Yeah, I know.
Look at them. I tell you, HG, the person I did see, arguably the world's biggest name, and I know you're going to say, oh, Beckham. No, well, he's not here. Tiger Woods. No. Oh, well, we'll get to this after the national anthem.
Let's go down for the national anthem.
When a boy becomes a man, he must do the best he can to live his life and find his childhood dream. I've had the good times and the bad, but the biggest break I've had was when I found that girl that thought of only me. Thank you for your smile and the love that's in your eyes. Thank you for the heart that's big and true. Thank you for the many things you are, my love. Let me thank you for just being you.
The national anthem there, and everything is in readiness now for the boot part one. Teams, Bamford's, Cup here, Old Man Kennedy and Bobby Skilton, and that big name, Roy, that big
The
name.
big name I was talking about, HG, I know you were
The
thinking,
biggest name.
yeah, I know you said to me you thought you saw Tiger Woods. Well, he's not here. I know you thought I might have been talking about Roger Federer. Well, he's not here either. But who? No, not David Beckham either, although I'd love to see him here. No. Alessandro Del Piero, actually. I can't think of a bigger name in the world at the moment.
Well, how about, did you see Manu here? From
Yes,
the
I did.
Yeah, you wouldn't rate Manu
Oh,
bigger than...
Manu's big, I know, but to me, Gary, George and Matt tower a little bit over Manu.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Pete, however. Speaking of my kitchen rules and the great chefs that appear on that particular program. But I love this moment, HG, when nobody knows quite what's happening. Just the players seem to be running around in, huddling
Warming
up a little bit. Last words, final words, good luck, mate, beard to beard. Love to see the beards getting together there, HG. We saw it at the Swans.
The toss of the coins
Hello, this
coming up.
bloke's injured already, is he?
Yes, he's the gastric.
This
captain.
is Gastric Hodge.
Yes, but he's coming over here to toss the coin.
I love
wonder-
that professionalism of picking up a bit of grass just to see which way the wind's going.
Now, I'm wondering if, one of the panel members, or will it just be Goodsy coming in? No, McVeigh, there's a start. There's a controversy right from the start.
Yes,
the
McVeigh.
chairman of the skippering panel has given it over to McVeigh.
Yeah, you were telling me that's a special coin,
It's a
HG.
special coin made by the Mint, and Hodgie's had a minor victory already. The gastric's cured, and all of a sudden they're kicking in the direction they want to go. I've got no idea. What do you think about the wind conditions? It's a microclimate in here, isn't it?
It is,
Roy?
HG. The wind can go in all four directions at the same time. As well as that, you get uplift and what I call down thrust. So the wind can be going in all four directions and going up and coming down. And when a lot of people say, oh, well, they're not kicking straight today, often that's the reason. The wind has a mind of its own here, HG.
And Roy, you've been in many grand finals yourself. There's a bloke clenching something, which is very good.
That'd be his
this
mouth
time.
guard, HG.
And what is going through the minds of the players? Is it just a bit of a final G-up, or is it just a few ideas of what are we going to do afterwards?
Well, look, I think it's to do with routine, HG. You think to yourself, well, the importance of breakfast. Did I eat well this morning? Yes, I have.
A bit late to worry about that.
Routine. Did I get a good sleep last night? Yes, I did. Are my bowel movements regular? Yes, they are.
Well, except in Hodges' case.
Apart from Hodges. Am I wearing my favourite boots? Have I got my favourite underpants on? You know, you tick a lot of boxes in your mind. And tick, 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 tick. Then you think, OK. And how are you might say to your mate.
Yeah.
And he's thinking the same thing.
Right.
You know, he's ticking his boxes.
And 40 seconds to go at this particular point, although it's probably down to
There's
35
Buddy Franklin,
now.
actually.
Buddy.
A lot of pressure on Buddy Franklin.
Yes.
But I tell you a person we haven't been talking about, and that's Roughhead.
Roughhead, no, not enough.
You
He
know,
had a shocker last week.
He had a shocker last week. Now, can Roughhead put two shockers together?
Oh, what a fascinating question. Everything's now in readiness for the big one, the boot part one. Players obviously sorting themselves out with 15 seconds to go before the bounce of the ball. Very important. And your tip for the Norm Smith, Roy, is sticking with Kennedy?
I'm sticking with Kennedy, HG, yes. Just to give it to his old man and his grandfather.
And now, of course, there's Jenner on screen.
A knee in the back.
Yeah, always attractive. And here we go, the bounce of the
deadly.
ball. Bamford getting us underway here in the centre of the bounce, and we're underway in the boot part one. A quick grab to the Hawks. They almost get a handball away early on. Looks like Jordan Lewis there.
Ball up.
A bit of a tumble up there. It's tapped away. Hawks get the ball, but sadly it's bottled up there, and it'll be give it to me, kids. I'll bounce it.
Okay, it's a bit hard to tell at this stage, HG. Kennedy's still looking good, though, for the Smith, I think.
I'd
He
say
hasn't done
Kennedy's
anything
won it.
wrong yet.
No, Kennedy's almost got it, I'd say, in the bag. Hawks jump up and tap it
Goods.
away. Goods takes first possession. Back it comes to McVeigh. Smothered off the boot. Hawks go into the forward line now. Maybe the first inside 50 for the afternoon. And it's a bottle up there. I love this part here. Goods goes in. Barron's over. Grabs the ball. Tries to force his way through. Can't force his way through.
Here we go.
McVeigh onto Reece Shaw. He spots a thing up onto the wing. And he finds, sadly, a Hawthorn player. Might be showing makers with the ball.
I'd
It's
pay
play
that
on.
mark. I'd
I
pay
would
that
pay
mark.
In they come, crunching off the ground. We're going to see a lot of off the ground, I think, today. And who's that? Reece Shaw with the ball. He knocks it over to O'Keefe. O'Keefe almost gets through the centre.
Oh,
Reed.
no.
Oh, it's a turnover. Burgoyne, the silky skills of Burgoyne. And a run on
Here's
the
the
forward
first
line.
inside
Oh, he's
50,
taken a mark.
Franklin.
It's Buddy. You still like Kennedy for the Norm Smith?
Well, time enough if good enough, HG. Time enough if good enough. Now, but what pressure is on Buddy Franklin now? Now, has he got his kicking boots on? Is he going to kick straight?
that's-
They are the inside 50 specialists, for sure, but they don't convert.
It's a turnover there that created
It
this
was, I know.
opportunity to, Buddy. Now,
Yeah.
while we've got stoppages, Roy, I know there are a
Yeah.
couple of things you wanted to promote.
Yes.
I know you wanted to promote Four Corners on ABC One.
ABC 1 HG, Monday nights, Four Corners. Hang on. Here we
Here's
go.
the kick. It's an enormous kick. Is it going to bend back
No,
with the breeze?
no,
It drifts
no,
away,
no,
and
1
it's a
point.
point. The Bamford. I think that might be Chelsea Bamford there, the first Chelsea or the first female Bamford to represent at this highest level. And so the ball with the Swans in the back pocket. They're kicking. I'm not quite sure which
Yes.
way they're kicking. They might be kicking towards the punt road end here.
Now,
the
is there
Swans.
flooding here from Hawthorn HG? Are they all flooded down? Are they putting the pressure on here?
Well, Hodges got the ball in, takes it over the boundary line, tries to take a high tackle.
Yes.
But
and that's a
Chelsea
slight
looking,
brown smudge on the green there, HG, you'd have noticed.
as long as he doesn't scour, Roy,
No,
I think
I know.
we'll put up with it. Here the rucks locked together now, early on in the boot part one. It's tapped away. Swans get the ball. That's a high tackle there on Kennedy, I thought, as they went to ground there, but it's a ball up. Now,
Now, the Bamford missed that completely.
the Four Corners, Roy, on Monday night. Any idea what's it about? Is it about sort of some aspect
I
of
think it is
Australian life?
focusing on gastric. It's a gastric special, HG. There is an epidemic of gastric in Australia at the moment.
We're underway again with the ball in motion. Up goes Lewis, I think, to get that tap. And it's going to be another ball up. We're going to see a lot of stoppages.
Yes.
And, Roy, coming back to gastric, do you think it's more prevalent now than it has been in
Well,
the past?
the thought of the Four Corners thesis is that it's never been more prevalent at any other time in our history.
Ball underway again. Tap down by
Goods.
Hale. Goods snares it. On he goes with a big kick up onto the half-forward line. But it looks like Josh Gibson there. He taps it away to Schoenmakers. Schoenmakers handball. Away it goes wider. The Hawks are really defusing.
Smothered.
Smothered. Can they regather here? Gibson, the man on the spot. And a kick away on the card table side.
Did that go far enough for a mark?
Easily far enough. And Sewell, I think, with the ball there on the wing.
Oh,
turnover
intercept.
With O'Keefe now with the ball. Did the wind
Doesn't
cause
O'Keefe
that?
look good? Yes, of course the wind caused it. Isn't O'Keefe good under pressure?
Exceptionally good there. No pressure, of course, as he puts it up onto the News Radio logo. Back to O'Keefe. O'Keefe with his kick wide, but it comes
Yeah,
off.
no, fair mark.
Taken there.
Play on quickly, son.
And away goes.
Oh,
terrible
done him a kick.
That is appalling kick.
Still,
But
it might just work for him,
here they
HG,
go.
off the ground.
Oh, that's, let's see, that's Suckling there, the number 4 for the Hawthorn Hawks, and it's getting knocked away. Ball up in the, I would say, within 15 metres of that magical point, the goal square.
Someone might have been tackled
And
high here, HG.
he's given a paid a penalty, I think, or a free, should I say.
A free,
And,
why? Any
no
reason
idea.
given? No
no,
reason
ball
given.
up, ball up.
Ball up,
Sorry,
good.
bit hard to see from here.
I thought I was going mad.
Ball up, away it goes. They've got the taps forward. I think somebody's...
Here we go.
Almost a kick there.
Off the ground.
There. Hawthorn with the ball now in the forward pocket. Comes back to the Swans. The Swans with Jenner. Jenner with a lovely cat.
Oh, that's a goal. I'm calling that a goal.
Wait a minute.
Oh, point.
So the scores should be 1 point each.
1 point all, HG.
Yes, an incredible score line so early in the day.
Yes. But that could have, anything could have happened there, HG. And I did see signs of panic from the Hawthorn defence. As you would expect, I suppose. They're under tremendous pressure.
Suckling with
This is a good
out.
clearance.
A very good kick there, and it comes back to the Swans though.
Swans on the
Swans
attack
there.
again,
Johnson gets a kick up into the forward line, inside 50. Comes away though. Hawks defuse it there. Might have been Lewis with a takedown off the pack. Oh no! Swan. Here's trouble here. Through go the Hawks. The Hawks get the ball away there. Hale gets the ball. Up it comes to, looks like Buddy Franklin a long way from home. He kicks it up into open space. Has he worked that out wide? Here come the Hawks here.
Chase.
Oh, and the 39 there, that's Grundy. Grundy goes back. Hawks still with the ball. Is there a Hawthorn player? The forward line working hard here in the forward line. Grundy takes Goods rescue. Goods handballs it further along the line.
Cool under pressure is Goods.
Away come the Swans with the ball. They've got a couple of Swans to play it onto. That might be Mitch Morton with his first kick for the afternoon there. As it comes off hands, should be Hawthorn at the fall of the ball. Hawthorn.
Beautiful tackle there. Beautiful tackle.
That was Stratton there with the ball. Away goes out wider. Schoenmakers up onto the, almost into the 50. They're running hard there for it. I can't quite pick up the player who's there. Bruce takes it towards the boundary line and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds.
And given one to go on with, and fair enough too. Goods has been very cool under pressure. Actually, Morton's been defending wonderfully in the centre.
And of course the throw in now, it's tapped away, comes to Sammy Mitchell, almost a throw there onto Sewell. Sewell lines him up, he goes up into the
Where's
Franklin? Oh, it falls short, rough head, comes to ground there, and it looks like Smith with the ball. Smith knocked over with Buddy Franklin there, helping him out, and a big pack. Oh, it was Cyril underneath all of that, and so a ball up about 25 metres from goal.
Okay. Well, I thought Morton was tackling very well, but I'm wondering if he's lost a little bit of pace at the moment. Has he still got that ankle injury?
I hope so. And so it'll be another ball up. No, the Swans come away with it. They go backwards. There's Reece Shaw onto might be Grundy there or Matner down in the back line. A big wrestle out here. Gibson trying to hold off LRT and does so.
LRT doesn't like that. Tremendous experience, LRT.
And Gibson, terrific defender all year, comes in with that punch, the golden fist of Josh Gibson. And they set themselves now, Mumford and Hale go to it. Bit of
ball up.
Yes, taken high.
Taken high. Well, hang on, he put his head in the other bloke's crutch, for God's sake. How can he not go high?
Well, it's a bit hard. And now he's got a blood rule, and he'll have to go off and get this attended to. Roy, the game so far.
Well, that might have been where he was hit high, that blood. Maybe there's a coincidence between blood on the forehead and having been taken high, HG. Maybe
here it is here. I think he copped an elbow, maybe, to the head.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Anyway. But I tell you what, bit of panic here from the Swans, HG. Normally, they're comfortably leading at the end of the first quarter.
Well, this time. Well,
I'd pay that to Franklin almost.
Roughhead, the ball's on the ground. Roughhead's battling away, trying to get it out to Nuopolo, but he's held it in there. Has he? No, there they go in hard. Great to see those buttons.
Beautiful pictures, isn't it?
Straight at the camera.
Yeah, I like that. You don't see it often enough.
Ball up in the within well, I don't know, 12 metres of the goal. Up goes Mumford with Hale. They knock it down. It does come to a Swan. It does. No, it doesn't. Comes to Sewell. Who's going to bowl up? Now,
I never tire of a ball up, actually. Hang on, is it coming out?
He said play on after the players had stopped. I like that. Just fool them, keep them on their toes. What is the philosophy with all these balls up?
Well, no, neither team is going to be expansive at this stage, HG. So I think for the first half we're going to see a lot of this. It's going to be what I'd call an arm wrest.
An arm wrest.
This is an arm wrest.
Yes, not on the scoreboard, but at the bottom of the pack.
Yeah. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, HG, and I do try to avoid cliches, there's only one bit of scoreboard pressure is the only pressure that matters.
Beautiful, he's like, snap! Oh, he's got a goal! Oh, that was brilliant. That was Ellis got that great goal there, an opportunist goal.
Yes.
I'd like to be able to watch that in replay, but I can't.
No. Well, I mean, the pressure has been building up, and now Hawthorn have got the scoreboard pressure.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot, Part 1.
what a wonderful goal. Sort of came out of nothing, really. We're just expecting a ball up, and then Ellis seized it and punched it through. Great opportunist goal. And the great thing about the Hawthorn team is they do have a lot of goal scorers. We get another infringement in the centre square, and the Norm Smith medalist there in picture. I think the umpire just cleared that one a shithouse bounce, and so decided to throw it up in the conditions. Wise advice. Sammy Mitchell there, taken high. Then the ball comes out, and a little kick forward into the forward line, looking for Buddy. Buddy taps it away. Roughhead takes the ball. And Duopolo's there as well. Ball bounces free, and away it comes to Matner on to, let's see, McVeigh. McVeigh kicks a high one up. Schoenmaker's there, taps it away to LRT. LRT runs through the centre of the square, and it comes away to, looks like Kennedy there.
Back
onto
to
McVeigh. McVeigh goes long.
Oh,
and he's
yes,
got
where's Goods?
Where's Gosh Gibson? He waits to take possession, and then they wobble it over the boundary line. Might be considered lucky there not to be considered kicking it out on the full.
Well, I thought he was lucky not to have been interfered with without the ball.
As we watch in replay now,
Look at this.
pictures. Oh, I just made it in time.
Yeah.
Well, below the knees, considered a kick.
Still, the Swans would be happier to have the ball at this end of the park, HG.
They certainly would, as it's tapped away there, and away comes the
To a beard.
kick.
It's
beard.
oh, look at this, coming right around, HG. That's a goal.
Wow,
That's a goal.
A Malchevsky goal. Again, coming from nothing. What an amazing goal.
That's...
The wind.
The wind did that. I mean, he had no idea.
I took my eyes off it and thought it was going out on the full. And all of a sudden, and you don't associate those tricky kicks with Malchevsky.
You don't.
A bearded bloke.
No, a bearded bloke kicking like that, never been seen before, I don't think, in 150 years at the MCG.
And so what we have is an amazing scoreline, 7 points apiece. No surprises there in the context of the game, Roy.
Yeah, no surprises at all, actually. I mean, someone mentioned arm wrestle earlier on.
Did they?
And that's how it appears to be at this stage. There's been no breakout yet.
No, can I ask, Roy, as we watch on replay here, the Malchevsky kick, that is an amazing kick. That is a goal that could win a grand final.
It is.
That is brilliant. Brilliant. And the Swans faithful go up. Cheer, cheer, the red and the white. Pump it up. Now, speaking of pump it up, have you seen anybody under the pump here today, Roy?
Yeah, I think Adam Goods is under the pump a little bit, HG.
Sammy Mitchell grabs the ball out of the middle. He hands it on, and that's a tremendous kick right down into the teeth of goal. He gets slapped away. Comes to Rioli. Rioli, one out of the air by Roughhead. Almost took a player's head. Back it goes, and Ellis, has he got another one? No, marked on the last line of defence by Reach Shaw. Brilliant. Look at that beard there. There's a bloke who's worn a beard all his life, and that gives him the authority to point and shout and go wherever he wants to.
He's going to run with it. Oh, good. I love this.
Yes.
He's going to kick it out on the full, is he? No, not quite.
They should be able to defuse that. It comes off hands. It's back of the pack there. It looks like Stratton there. Away goes McVeigh with the ball for the Swans. Now here comes a runner here. He jumps it forward. He had to be ironed out. He almost Schoenmakers did very well. That's excellent work from Schoenmakers. He lays an egg, and then it goes to a kick. Might have been Sammy Mitchell who got that kick, and McVeigh takes another mark.
McVeigh's been the best on ground for the Swans thus far, actually.
Apart from Kennedy.
Apart from Kennedy. Well, of course it goes without saying without Kennedy.
Kennedy's won the Norm Smith. Back into the middle it goes. Here's Kieran Jack. Of course, the dad played for the Tigers in the rugby league. Away it goes to the wider side. Might be a kick up onto the ground from the goal scorer. A little jinking one.
Oh,
turnover.
Stupid kick.
Turnover there probably as we see Kieran Jack with the ball. He's taken. He almost goes. Good kick there. Finds a player. Well done. Kieran Jack onto Morton. Mitch Morton here. Used to play his football with Richmond, and now he's moved up to the Swans. What a season he's had. Falls short, unfortunately. And let's see, that's Stratton with the ball in the back line there for the happy team from Hawthorn.
Longmire looks relaxed though, actually, doesn't he?
Very
Always
relaxed.
does.
Always does.
He's a Mogadong man, really, isn't he?
Well, sometimes he swaps over to the Quaaludes, and then every so often he'll put the Still Knocks in to vary the diet.
Yeah.
And out on the far side it comes. It looks like the Hawthorn are going to get away with this. Might be Smith with the ball there. He turns and jinks one way. Can he spot a play? Hawthorn play. He has. Cyril.
Rioli.
Now here's going to be their problem here. He goes one way. Then
Franklin.
He lines up. He's got a point.
No,
he's brought it back. Oh, hit the post. Well saw, Roy. It's hard sometimes to see the poster. There's Chelsea Bank.
Yeah, well, that's 2 1s for Buddy.
And what have we got here? Ellis.
And Machetsky.
Oh, I see first goal kickers for either side. Ellis and Malchevsky. Malchevsky will pay a bit. Anyway, up it goes onto the far side, and Schoenmakers is having a very good match. They were worried about Schoenmakers getting a bit lost at the big stage, but I think he's doing exceptionally well for the Hawthorn
Swans are
team.
going to have to watch Rioli on the other side there, actually.
He is. They are.
Given some space. Electric.
Here's Rufford Pike, the kid who came from Canada, didn't know a thing about football, still
No.
doesn't, but loves his play.
Loves it now.
Sam Mitchell gets away, the takeaway there. A
This
bit of
is
a jink up there.
dangerous.
Tap down, the players waited, but the Swans get the ball back. No, they don't. It's all Hawthorn there at the fall of the ball. Buddy going through. Intercept there. Brilliant work there from Young. Young goes over to Suckling. Suckling out wide. He goes further wide. Back to Young. Can somebody, Young, find somebody in the forward 50? He's a lovely kick, but this is going to be... Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, terrible miss there. Had it all to do there.
That
the
might have
line
been
of
Roughhead
Gunston.
again, was it?
Gunston. Spilled a mark. They'll never win grand finals that way. Here they come out now, the Swans. But sadly, it's all
bad
Hawthorn.
play.
All Hawthorn. Might be Hale with the ball. He goes short. Oh, it almost held up there. Pushed in the back. I think he's
Pushed in
going
the
to pay that. He's going to pay that.
Very soft penalty, HM.
Bamford in there. Lays down the law.
All he did
We
was
won't have any
punch
of
him in
that.
the back of the head. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Surely. I mean, it's a grand final, for God's sake.
And it's Bird who caused the infringement.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do that, it's wise to take a player
Take
out
a player
completely.
right out,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, no, yes, indeed.
Don't be
Very
half-hearted about
Poor
it.
technique, really, Roy.
I suppose it is. A lot of pressure on this kiddie now. But I tell you, the Swans are going to have to settle this play down a little bit. This playing on quickly is not suiting their style.
They need to get control of the ball, really, as we see the score well into the first quarter now. Point the difference. And there's a kick. Has he bought that back? No, sadly a point. No, not even anything. No, point. Off I think Heath Shaw there, or Reece Shaw, or any Shaw, if you like. Bearded Shaw, anyway, which is good. Now, as we see the view ahead there, isn't that wonderful?
I love the
image?
view ahead. A lot of people find it confusing.
Yes, people realise the ball has to go from this end right up the other
I
end.
suppose they do.
And away comes away from the card table.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, not sure about that, but anyway, the ball in play and thumped over the boundary line, and obviously the Hawks think that they could take the Swans in the stoppage by doing that.
Yeah, exactly, HG. Now, Mick Malthouse is on record as saying, HG, that this has become like a game of chess.
A game of chess? Is that the Malthouse view?
That's the Malthouse view, a game of chess.
Carlton will be pleased they got him as a coach, if that's the view.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Schoenmakers is really nullifying LRT.
Yeah.
Would you think the Hawks are up and about, Roy? I know it's a technical term.
I know. I see it more like snakes and ladders at the moment, HG. To be honest, I mean, I don't like disagreeing with Mick Malthouse. Well, yes,
who does?
Yes, I do. But
snakes and ladders.
I said, or dominoes.
Dominoes. Buddy with the ball. He hands it back to Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell with a jinking kick into the forward line. I'd like to know how many inside 50s they've got. Duopolo scrounging around there. I think with, let's see who's that down there. Teddy Richards.
The ball's coming out.
Oh, no, it's ball up. I think it's going to be ball up. And
ball up.
I don't
Beautiful
like
image that. Love that.
two big
Players
blokes
cuddling with the
That's
ball.
excellent, isn't it? One in the wee and the poo and one in the red and the white. It's fantastic.
Yep.
And so the Bamford comes in and bounces the ball. Beautiful bounce there.
Lovely
Up
bounce.
go the rucks. They
Best
go to
bounce
it.
of the day.
I think that might be Jack who got the ball away into a pack of players, and in they slide. I think this is Sewell at the bottom of the pack here, the number 12.
Is it coming out? No.
No,
it's
isn't
not
it
coming
attractive?
out. Well,
It's
show us
great.
that again. Show us that in close up. That's what people want to see.
They want to see in close up as Lewis gets up, and the Bamford's in there with a quick restart of the match. Away it goes, and of course the lesser ruck went up there. I think it might have been Lewis who did the ruck work there.
Yes, it was Lewis.
And of course we've got another stoppage. Now,
Why wasn't young Jack involved in that?
he's paid a free here to Hawthorn.
Why?
For holding the ball. Holding the ball. Wow, work that out. That's
Wow.
Kennedy, the Norm Smith medalist. Oh, he handballs there. Hang
on, smothered.
no.
There's a lot of that happening. Too much of that happening.
Far
Smothering
too
the ball.
much happening. It comes over they go in again hard and they knock the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. Now, is either side getting the job done, Roy?
No, I don't think either side is getting the job done, HG.
Can I come to you?
We haven't seen any clean play.
No. Can I come to you every so often and ask, is either side getting the job done?
Getting the job done. Yes, you can. It's a question. I'm more welcome.
More
I
than
can't
willing.
think of a better question.
Sewell dragged off the ball as Ellis goes through the goal scorer who's knocked over. Well, I'd consider.
Why couldn't he get it away?
Yeah. Now, look, I think consistency, by right, that should be a Swans free.
It should be Swans free. He didn't drag
all
it
I
away.
ask is consistency, Roy.
all
If there's
everyone
no
asks.
consistency, I'm leaving. I don't know how I'm going to determine consistency. It's a slide rule
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Look at that elbow to the jaw, HG. Not often you see it.
Attractive
playing it away with
again,
that.
a kick ahead, but O'Keefe gets the ball. He plays it on to Jetta. Jetta down in the back half there. Probably no one up forward.
Now,
Everybody.
settle down.
Lewis Robert Thompson. Now a kick there.
This playing on is not suiting their style. It's playing into the Hawks' hands.
Back it goes to Suckling. Suckling over to Hodge. Hodge has really added something even with his gastro. Hodge, he's got a kick away up into the forward line. This is a chance here. Hale.
Oh, Lord.
Hale.
This is getting away from the Swans, HG. I mean, I don't think they've won a game since 1908 if they haven't been leading at the first quarter.
Well, Hodge is an incredible influence here because he brings the ball back, he handballs and receives the handball, spots Hale in a position to take and that's excellent from Mumford. With the hands extended, he goes whack. Watch this here. I hope they keep it going, the vision going. Sadly
he gave him one to go on with, yes.
Hale, here we go. And this Hawthorn.
Oh dear, this could blow away. This could blow out here.
No,
he's missed it.
This kicking's keeping him in it. But let's face it, it's hard to kick in these conditions.
Impossible to kick. Unless you're Machevsky right on the corner, right in the pocket.
Here's Shaw now with another clearance, which sort of works out okay, but it's defused again. And here they go again.
They've got possession again.
I know. And they'll get possession.
Good
very
good.
Good.
Who me? Maybe they've got to go the knuckle a little bit, HG.
I think they do. They've got to unsettle the Hawks. Neither team's up and about, I agree, but one's getting the job done a little bit better than the others by about 3 points at the moment. Another ball up here. Now, Roy, you wanted to talk about Media Watch on the ABC. Might be a time to do it
Media Watch
now.
on Monday night. Monday night's looking good on ABC television. That's ABC One, that is. You've got your Four Corners. And I tell you what, that 7:30 show that's on, it might be on at 7:30 with Lee Sales. That's a great show.
Hawthorn get the ball away through to Keith. Keith kicks it up into the centre square. Bit of a one out here, but a beautiful mark there.
Now we're going to see a bit of an attack. No.
O'Keefe.
No, what's going on here?
They're all covered, so O'Keefe has to stop, and he gets it up to Reid. Reid a long way from home.
Now, is there anyone leading? No.
Let's have a look. It's fairly static on the forward line.
No one leading.
Down it comes, though. It might be knocked away. It comes to Hanbury. First touch, I think, from Hanbury. And then it's a kick
shot.
there. And it goes wide. Hits the post,
wide.
I think. Went wide or hit the post. I forget. Can't think.
Okay.
I've forgotten that bit of history. And, of course, that was, I think that was Johnson there who made it.
And he had plenty of time to settle himself, HG, and point the ball in the right direction, but no.
Reid right out front of Stratton there, as we've seen Burgoyne, and I don't think I've called Burgoyne.
No, first time he's touched the ball, HG.
A beautiful pass there to Silky Skills. We might have called him.
He's a good player on his day, Burgoyne.
Burgoyne on to Gibson. Gibson then plays it through. Buddy's up there.
Too easy. This is too easy.
They drag Buddy back to get it through the middle there. On to Lewis. Lewis kicks it up to the forward line. Now this is where it gets a bit worrying here. Good diffusing from the Hawks there. From the Swans. Play on. Roughhead. He gets the ball away. Can it go? Another point.
Yeah, well, Roughhead might be going to put back-to-back hopeless games together.
Well, yeah, under difficult conditions there.
Well,
that's very
that
bad.
hard. I mean, he had that goal right in front of him. There he was, easy.
Good pressure from the Swans defenders, though, as it goes out wide. I think this is
Chevsky,
the Beard who got the goal earlier. I remember paying $413 for his goal. Up they set themselves. Off it comes. Gibson there. Goes in. Hawks everywhere. Attacking. Hawthorn with a free.
Taken high.
Yeah.
What choice did he have?
Well, he fell into it. But that's the art at this level.
At this level, okay.
And let's see as the kick goes onto the 15-metre part.
Oh, hang on.
Brilliant
Taken
mark
high.
there. Brilliant mark there from Hanbury.
I know, but he's had his head taken off at the same time.
Hanbury, what a great mark. Courage under fire. That could lift this game. That could turn it around. Here it comes now. Excellent play, though, from all players.
Yeah.
Eyes on the ball.
Sadly, he almost took out one of his own players there.
Sadly, Hanbury is up and walking about and getting the job done. Schoenmakers doing a great job on LRT. Handball onto Schoenmakers. Schoenmakers a little kick. Can he find somebody in the forward line? He can. Buddy
Franklin, and it's on a good side for Buddy to kick from too, being a left footer.
They're certainly dominating.
They are. They're dominating possession, HG, and I think the Swans have done more tackling in this quarter than they've done in any other quarter this year.
Is that right? Is that what you're thinking?
That's what I know.
Now, up and about. Is either team up and about, Roy?
Well, I think Hawthorn's a little more up and about. Up and about. They're out of bed. The Swans haven't got out of bed yet.
Do they look tired, Roy, though? Are they going to
No, but they look tired when they come out, but they've woken up.
Yeah. Well, they have, because somebody bounced the ball and the umpire said play ball. Buddy on the kick there. He's brought that. Oh, no. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hawthorn Hawks, that'll lift them. And the score's now a terrific early start after a lot of behinds. Ellis got the first goal. Franklin gets the second goal. The score moves on to 2 goals 3, I think, if I'm 2 goals 5 to do the maths, to 8 behinds, 1 goal 2 to the Swans. I'm wondering if there's a wind favouring, though. I wonder if we can get a chance from the scorer to check whether the wind is favouring the Hawks.
I'm prepared to say This is the way he wanted to run when he won the toss. This is the way he wanted to run. So he would run with the wind.
Right, first quarter, get the advantage.
Yeah.
And so
because Swans usually have the advantage of the first quarter, so they've nullified that.
it's a hell of a kick from outside the 50,
Yeah.
and Buddy likes it a lot, and Richards is not happy.
Well, he's rueful.
He's rueful. Yeah, he thinks I should have done better. We're back in the middle, and away it goes again.
That's better.
Kennedy gets the ball out. Play on. I don't think that went 15.
No, it
and
didn't.
Sammy Mitchell's there wrestling with the ball, and now we've got could be an injury there too.
Well, this is the bloke who had his knee taken out earlier on.
Oh, I hope he's not injured.
I
That
think
robbed
he is
the match
injured.
of a lot of the glamour to it. And another kick into a pack there. Sammy Mitchell, great player in the middle there, onto his skipper, Gastro Boy Hodge. He kicks it up into the arms of, well, it just came off hands really. Hanbury, the bloke who got knocked over a moment ago, gets a kick away, but Suckling there with the ball, plays on quickly. It bounces in front, not a great take. Roughhead's handling is horrible. Buddy with the ball now. He has to come backwards. Back to Suckling. Suckling, a long way from home. He decides to load up, and he's got a chance. Can they take a mark? It comes off hands. Easily diffused there. Away it goes, and that was Grundy. Grundy with the ball on the Jenner. Oh, this is what we wanted to see. Jenner and Rioli. Cyril.
Look at that.
And
Jenner's got him.
Here he comes, and he has
Well
to
done, Jenner.
He has to kick. Wait
Well
for the
done,
kick.
Jenner.
Off it goes. It comes off hands. And
Pushed in the back.
Oh,
Pushed in the back. Oh.
Swan's free. Swan's free.
Yeah, good.
And away comes to Adam Goods. Adam Goods into the little bit of space there, and they get a mark. And it looks like Bird with the ball on the forward line. Great kick here. I'm not. He's paying it after he got rid of it.
Fair enough
Downfield.
too.
Yes, I'd accept
Fair
that
enough too. That wasn't pushing the
Excellent work from the Bamfords there.
back. Ah, yes. Yeah.
And-
Well, they saw it and we didn't.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it?
That's right. And this would be a good kick to get just close to quarter time if he can bring it back here. It drifts away. Is it there? No, I think it's a point. And a
I know.
rueful.
Did it even?
Well,
It
yeah, it
is
must
a
have been a point.
Yeah, it is a point.
Back into the middle there. Away it comes. Hodge is taken.
God.
He had time
At
to
last,
get rid of it.
Robert Thompson has done something.
Yes, he played at getting rid of the ball.
And that's the first thing he's done today.
Robert Thompson.
Robert Thompson's been hopeless today.
Apart
He's
from
been a
put on the
passenger.
jumper. Apart from put on the jumper.
Yeah.
And now, this is the
okay.
one they want to get, and then it's all of a sudden been a very good quarter for the Swans. An excellent tackle there.
Great tackle from
Lewis Roberts Thompson.
Yes.
Under the pump, would you describe
Under
Hodge?
the pump, yeah. He was definitely under the pump with a little bit of a squid along with it there.
Now, about 40, 30 metres out.
What less? I mean, you can tool it over.
Here he comes in on the mark now. It's a kick.
He got it.
No,
No.
he's missed it.
I'll be bucket.
A point
How
there.
could you miss something like that?
Oh, that's a big win for the Hawks there because they retain that lead of
Lord.
17 points
Get
with
in
them.
front, 4 metres out.
1
and he
minute,
misses.
1 minute 28 to go on the clock that we have on the
Yeah.
card table here.
You know
That's
it's
the
not
news
your
radio
day.
colour. You do know it's not your day. But on the other hand, it may be coming back. Oh,
Oh, Lord.
play on. Wow. O'Keefe spilled a mark there. Now he's going to have to ball it up here, I think. I don't think this could be play. Yes, consistency. Well done there.
Well done there. Yeah.
And the Bamford comes in, steps in and separates them and says, oh, it'll be mine, buddy.
Well, the only thing the Swans can take out of this at this stage, actually, they're not 50 points behind.
No, true. But there's a Swans free here, courtesy of
Yeah.
Roughhead. They give it to McVeigh. McVeigh kicks on. Not a great kick, but if they get some runners to it, it'll be good. Here goes Goods. He's got a bit of a... Oh,
what
that
was
is
that
terrible
about?
kick. That is doesn't
Player.
appear to be the Swans' day. Up
Yeah.
onto the card table wing here, and now the most likely team to score is Hawthorn. He taps it forward. Can Duopolo gets in front? Yes, off the ground. Now Buddy, can he make it? No, it's not Buddy, of course. Let's see, it's Young with the ball over to I think
Too easy, too easy.
no, a wonderful goal to Bruce.
Too easy.
A wonderful goal to Bruce late in the quarter. Exactly what the Swans didn't want.
A, B, C, News Radio, Festival of the Boot, Part 1.
This is a post-Twitter tweet-off live from the MCG on that one day in September. Live across the universe on ABC News Radio.
Watch and replay Out comes Stratton. Stratton comes through, breaks a tackle, and an excellent kick in the conditions, and that takes the scores to 23 points to 10. As we see back in the middle, Sammy Mitchell, who's had a blinder so far, probably best on ground after, you know who, Kennedy. Here they go again. Is that another Hawks goal? No, yes, it bounced the right side. Oh, that's exactly what they didn't want there. But that's Gunston. I mean, the Swans didn't want it. The Hawthorn wanted. Now it's become a great quarter for the Hawthorn Hawks.
Extraordinary, HG. I mean, blitzkrieg. That's what we're seeing here, blitzkrieg.
Is that what it is?
Yes, the Swans have had no possession.
The
few opportunities they've had, they haven't been able to take. They've jagged one goal, almost a fluke. Look at this.
That is a brilliant goal from on the 50.
That is a brilliant goal.
And through it goes as we watch him replay, and that's Gunston with a magnificent kick there right out of the middle, and it bounced the right way as we're back in the middle now with 17 seconds to go, and that's exactly what the Sydney Swans didn't want, was that particular moment of football history. Now,
we're going to find out in the next quarter how important this wind advantage is.
True, as it comes away, and it looked like Roughhead got the ball out of the centre there, and a saving mark, a diving mark there to the Sydney Swans defenders. Back to Hanbury, he's caught with the ball, and away it goes again. Here's Buddy, he's got a handball. Can he get a...
Yes,
oh,
easy.
No.
Easy.
He's missed. The siren. The save by the bell. Saved by the bell. So, what a magnificent opening quarter for Hawthorn. 9 scoring shots. I'd love to know how many inside 50s they've had to 5 scoring shots. That quarter time, the score 4-5 to 1-4. Roy, a quick wrap.
Look, it's been a fantastic quarter if you're a Hawthorn fan. A very disappointing quarter for if you're a Swans fan. The Swans have done nothing. I've just had a tweet, HG, from a chap called Hot Shot who's saying, can you talk a little bit about Warwick Kappa? No. Is the answer.
How are the tweets going? How's this broadcast been?
Tweets are coming in, HG. Someone else asked, it might have been Bernie, who's asked, could we mention Jeff Edelston? The answer is no.
Excellent work there. Look, we'll take this short break and a news update and be back with the second quarter right after this important message.
A, B, C, News Radio, Festival of the Boot, Part 1.
The shooters have returned to the forest with shags and stalks in their sights. This is the Festival of the Boot Part 1, and every bang is live on ABC News Radio.
Yes, and at quarter time in the AFL Grand Final, we're just going to take a quick update here. You're listening to Festival of the Boot Part 1 with Roy and HG across Australia on ABC News Radio. Let's get to the headlines now. An Australian official is in Libya assisting an aid worker who's found herself at the centre of a police investigation into a senior minister. With this report, Jessica Kidd.
Alexandra Bean is a witness in an investigation into allegations of sexual assault against a senior Libyan minister. The 31-year-old hasn't been arrested or detained, but she can't leave the country until she signs a police statement. Ms Bean's refusing to sign because it's in Arabic, which she can't understand. An Australian consular official from Cairo arrived in Libya several hours ago and has been assisting Ms Bean. Her brother James says the next step is for Ms Bean to provide her own statement to police.
That makes it very clear that she's had no involvement, sexual or otherwise.
Mr Bean understands a Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade security officer and an Arabic-speaking female officer are also travelling to Libya.
Victoria Police will conduct a review of Melbourne's CCTV network in response to the murder of the ABC employee Jill Maher. Nick Parkin reports.
Security camera footage from a Sydney Road shop proved instrumental in the police investigation into Jill Maher's disappearance and death. The Victorian government has now asked police to audit Melbourne's closed camera network and identify black spots. The Premier, Ted Baillieu, says the government will also spend up to $3 million installing new cameras over the next 12 months.
We've got a program, and that's why we're looking to Victoria Police to give us some advice on where they think the needs will be best met.
A 41-year-old Coburg man, Adrian Ernest Bailey, has been charged with Miss Maher's rape and murder and is due to reappear in court in January.
Another group of Sri Lankan asylum seekers is asked to be sent home rather than risk Australia sending them them to an offshore processing facility. The Immigration Minister, Chris Bowen, says the group of 28 men consists of people who arrived both before and after the new processing arrangements were announced in August. He says the men have come from detention facilities on Nauru, Christmas Island and the mainland and are on a flight to Colombo that departed Christmas Island this morning. And briefly in some other sport to the NRL, of course, that grand final tomorrow. The Melbourne Storm have held their final training session ahead of the game against the Bulldogs at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. The club says it doesn't expect any late changes to the starting side after injury-clouded backs Cesar, Wanga and Will Chambers trained with the side. We're going to take you back now to the MCG Festival of the Boot, Part 1.
Yes, thanks very much indeed. A few stats at quarter time from Captain Numbers. It appears disposals run the Hawthorn way, as you'd probably expect, 86 to 79. Kicks roughly the same. Handballs Hawthorn favoured. The big ones, though, difference of tackles. The Swans have had to make 32 tackles and only 18 to the Hawks. Inside 50s, big numbers here. 18 for the Hawks and 7 for the Swans. Rebound 50s, 13 for the Swans and 6 for the Hawks, as you'd expect. Roy, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, profoundly disappointing, as I mentioned before, if you're a Swans fan, and it does disappoint me in general, really, because what people want to see, obviously, is a close tussle, and it's going to be difficult now for Longmire to turn these players around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Roberts Thompson has been hopeless. Mm-hmm. So many of the
big
Swans
names
have been absolutely found wanting. So. What he's going to do to turn them around, I'm buggered if I know. But if they don't get the first goal in the second quarter, you can say it's going to be good night nurse for the Swans, which disappoints me because I love Swans culture.
Yeah.
I've never liked the Hawks culture.
Yeah.
Swans culture I've always loved.
What have you loved most about the Swans culture, Roy?
Well, it's very corporate, HG.
Yeah,
What I love about the Swans is you can go up to Sydney, and if each of the Swans were to walk down as a team down George Street in their uniforms, no one would recognise them.
Yes, and they'd look as though they're on their way to the airport, wouldn't they?
I suppose they would.
Yes, and if they're in their suits as opposed to their shorts,
yes,
you'd think they're merchant bankers, wouldn't you?
You're
I say to my
absolutely
Swans friends, put on the black hat and walk on the other side of the street for a while.
Yes.
They don't do that, do
they?
they?
No, they don't do that, actually.
They're very ELO, aren't they?
They're very grey.
Grey.
They
yes,
just
grey.
disappear into the background. Now, that's something I actually quite like about them. At least they're not like, with Hawthorn, they're not climate-denying show ponies. Climate-denying show ponies. That's your Hawthorn culture.
Are you declaring the next goal crucial in the context of the match?
Absolutely crucial.
Right. And
if the Swans can score first in the second quarter, they can go on to win this game.
4-5 plays 1-4. A bit of push and shove here in the middle as the team sort themselves out for the start of the second quarter. And it's been a wonderful start from the Hawks, but they have to contend with the opposite direction now. How will they go? Back in the middle now. Sewell gets the ball out to Rioli. Rioli onto Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell kicks it up onto the half-forward line just out of the square.
This is better from the Swans, actually.
A terrific mark there from Johnson on the point of the square. Johnson taking all his time. Not what the Swans really want there, unless they can get a player free. Let's have a look now. They've got to kick it up to a marking contest looking for Adam Goods, and McVeigh takes the mark at the back of the pack there. Cleared everybody. Probably the wind took it a little bit extra. They've certainly lifted Roy so far, and they've got it now.
Inside 50.
To your man, Norm Smith-Kennedy.
Yeah, good luck, Kennedy.
He's got
that look about him, though, hasn't he?
He's adjusted
he's
the shorts.
filling with the shorts, all of that.
He's rotating the ball.
Is he going to go for it, or is he going to try and give it to a lead?
And look, it's a terrific image here of a Norm Smith medalist.
Yes.
He's lining them up now. He's thinking about my father and my grandfather, what they would have they done in these situations.
It's not bad off the... No, it's drawn away.
Well, it's coming
back.
And I'm not sure what happened there.
I'd pay that. I think it's a goal.
The Swans have got the first goal in the second half. They're back in it now, Roy. The most crucial goal in the contest.
That was the most crucial goal. I mean, I'm confident now. There's wind in their sails. The sails of confidence are now billowing. And suddenly their corporate culture looks very, very strong and very creditable against this climate-denying influence coming from Hawthorn.
Yes. Roy, you know, when they get in the clubhouse, you know, and they put on the music.
Yes.
You know, what sort of music do they have? Is it all that, you know, sort of Usher and R. Kelly and all that sort of stuff?
Are you talking Hawthorn or the Swans?
I'm talking the Swans.
The Swans. Well, it's more your Henry Mancini.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
they really
I
did
tell
go
you what,
back into the past.
I
know.
The black armbands for Andy Williams.
Andy Williams, yeah.
Who sadly this week. Brilliant kick.
That is a great kick.
That's why you rate him as the Norm Smith. There's his dad or his granddad there, I think, sitting in the stand. Back in the middle now. And we're underway. Just remember, this is the Boot Part 1 and the Boot Part 2 tomorrow, the Rugby League Grand Final.
Ball up,
Sam Mitchell. No, it did favour one side, but I think trouble here. Is he allowed that play on?
Playing on or not?
Gibson there gets it. Handballs away onto Burgoyne. Burgoyne dodges one way. Play on. I thought he was going to stop the play there, but obviously the Bamford had a change of mind. Away goes to Rioli. Rioli darts one way. He gets the handball away to Lewis. Lewis goes back to one of the Hawks.
Rioli, no,
Hawks running wide, and away they.
I love the way they go backwards to go forwards.
And this is Young with the ball now, dodging one way, then a little bit of a dance. He gets a low, scrubby old kick. Back onto O'Keefe. O'Keefe gets the ball going the other way. Back it comes to, I think, Mike Pike, the Canadian out there. Running around in circle is Grundy. Grundy has to square it across onto Richards. It eludes Richards, but he manages to pick it up off the bounce.
Gonna have to get rid of it. He does.
He just blazes away. Deliberate?
Deliberate. It's got to be.
Oh, hang on. He's paid it. I think he's paid it.
He's paid
Yes, he's paid it. But we want consistency now,
Yes,
Roy.
that's what we want, HG. You can't kick it out on purpose.
Burgoyne. 5-on-5. I love to see that.
You don't
Two
often see
fives.
it.
Terrific running together there.
Yeah.
And Burgoyne with the kick, restarting the play. Big pack for me. A lot of Swans there.
Fighting over it amongst themselves.
They should have done better than that, I think, there. Away it comes. The
This
scrubby
could cost
kick.
them. This will cost them.
Lewis with the ball at the bottom of the pack and swerving by.
Yeah.
More Hawthorn players. I think
Ball
it's
up.
going.
That'll be a ball up. He didn't have a chance to get rid of it, HG. That could cost him. They're the little things. I mean, I often say if you spend 100% effort getting the 1% things right, you're going to win.
Give us that again, Roy.
If you spend 100% of effort getting the 1% things right, you're going to win.
What happens if you spend 110% effort get the 1%?
Well, that's an impossibility.
Right.
But at the moment, it's as if the Swans are putting in 1% effort on the.
Sewell with the kick up
things.
to Roughhead. Roughhead's had a terrible final season. Can he make amends here with a goal? No, he can't. Away it goes. That's on the far side there. It's Johnson again getting the clearing kick out.
Oh, not very far.
I think it
Wasn't
might
much
be
of a
Bird
clearing
with the
kick.
ball. And remember the Swans have scored the goal in this quarter. And
the Swans are in trouble when they've got to go around the outside through the wings. They've got to go through the bloody middle.
Well, Nick Smith with the ball. I'd love to see Smith on Smith do something today. That'd be
coming
fantastic.
backwards now. I hate that.
And they have to go all the way back as they try
and
and
come around the
restart.
other side.
They haven't got anywhere to go, so they went backwards and they're coming across it's a game of snakes and ladders. You're absolutely right,
It
Roy.
is snakes and ladders. I mean, what?
Oh, good mark there
That's
from
more
the
like it.
Mike Pike, the Canadian out there. Over it comes. He should have hung on to that. Reed.
See, they're the 1% things.
Smith there, a long way from the other Smith, but we still hope to get Smith on Smith later on. The two fives together in the middle here, waiting for the ball to be thrown
Any
in.
relation to the wild one? The wild one?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nick's nephew. A bad kick there, straight into Bruce. Bruce with the goal already. Jenner through the
bursts.
He's got a chance to put him in deep into attack here.
Now, who's there?
Now, this is going to be interesting.
not
Luke
him.
Roberts-Thompson. The ball goes away. Hodge with the ball. It's snared in there. Comes out off hands. A scrubby old kick going farther afield there. Might be Bird with the ball. He kicks it back to Lewis Roberts-Thompson. Incorrect disposal. Surely umpire. Goods has the ball. Goods decides to kick. And he's got
I like it.
Swans with the ball.
I'd be getting Roberts-Thompson off. I'd be pulling him off the park. He's a black hole.
Is he substitutable?
No, I think he is.
Have a
Look at
here.
this.
Well,
look.
Well, incorrect disposal, but
Incorrect
doesn't matter.
disposal.
All we want is consistency, and there's the kick there, and the Swans are back in this. It's, I think, up to about 24 plays 29 as Chelsea Bamford signals with those two magnificent fingers that the Swans have caught another goal.
Yeah.
In the context of the match.
context of the game, there could be no goal more important than that one. I mean, historians are going to argue the last goal was just as important.
No, I don't
would
think
argue
so.
it's not. I think this goal has given them momentum, and they were able to break the Thompson hoodoo.
Is there it's obviously favouring one end, a scoring end. We've established now that there's a scoring end.
There is a scoring end. Yeah.
Under the pump. Seen anybody under the pump, Roy?
Well, Roberts-Thompson, HG.
Under the pump, yes.
Totally
true.
under the pump. I mean, all I'm seeing is pump.
Up and about, anybody up and about, as Goods gets a terrific kick
Goods
there.
did well there.
People stopped there and allowed, obviously, Kieran Jack to run into the space.
Yeah.
Roughhead in the prominent position there. Rioli coming in. Slap down there from Goods, playing on. Goods goes and gets the ball again. Ball free. Goods doing
again.
incredibly well here, but looks like Burgoyne.
He's injecting
Yes, he
himself.
is. Away come the Hawks
no.
now. Duopolo with a tiny
Bad
little kick. Bad kick up onto the forward line. Can the Hawks regather the ball? They can. Buddy with the ball. It's knocked away. Swans now with the ball. They're defending well. Hanbury with a kick up onto the half on the far wing. They stand there and knock it down. And who's going to emerge? Sewell with the ball.
Soccering it.
A lot of soccer today.
Del
It's
Piero.
great. and Richards gets knocked over there. Buddy down at the bottom of the pack. He pulled it in. He can't get it free. Richards holding it to him. Now, Roy, coming back to Four Corners, hasn't it had a tremendous
It's
run?
had a great year this year, hasn't it, Four Corners?
Excellent.
As has
excellent.
Media Watch. Don't forget that little show, great little show. That's on ABC 1, I think, Monday nights.
And we get it underway again. There's Kennedy taking the ball. Our Norm Smith medalist this afternoon, Jack, the goal scorer. And Jack gets one for going high. Head high, Buddy, reduced to going head high. 29 plays 22 with a lot of the second quarter still to go. He has to go up the line. A big pack forming. They've got plenty of marking power. Off hands it comes to Kennedy. Kennedy had loose Kennedy, and he keeps it in play. And that was excellent play there. But the kick not so good. Or
Goods is there.
No, he docks it away. Jetta goes inside.
Oh, well done, Jetta.
He's got the
Now
kick
he's-
underway.
where is he?
Kenny McVeigh.
Yes.
Oh. Yes, McVeigh there
Yes,
with the ball.
McVeigh.
But hang on, something's happened here on the play. Oh, no, they allowed
it's
it.
all right, AG. No,
He
it's
just
okay.
certainly looked
now,
just
McVeigh, what, from about 2 metres out?
He's got to go on the angle as the
Yeah,
Bamford
I
comes
know,
in.
but it's still
There,
only
that's
2
great
minutes out.
play from the Swans there. And Jetta's the one who's found them something.
He's the spark.
He's the spark, that's right. He was under the pump before, but now he's the
Now
spark.
he's the spark,
As
yeah.
we see McVeigh's angle, it all to do there for him, but he should be able to get this as he goes and kicks.
Yeah, he's got
and he's
it.
got the goal. So the scores are almost level here.
Yep.
27 plays 29 halfway through the second quarter, and the Hawks look as though they're fast asleep, Roy.
They have gone back to slumberland, AG. But you've got to say to yourself now, how important are those two Buddy Franklin behinds in the first quarter?
Oh, yes, what an
I mean,
interesting
that's the
point.
difference between the two teams at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those Franklin behinds.
See, what I'm seeing the match is the Hawks got the job done in the first quarter,
Yeah.
but now the Swans are getting the job done.
They're getting the job done.
But there's a hell of a
And
favour
now
in
the Hawks
scoring.
are under the pump.
That's right.
Are
They're
they?
not up and about.
As we go moving forward into the future.
The future. Almost Jetta's been the big difference in this quarter,
Yes.
though. They're going to have to put somebody on Jetta. I think.
Well, I'd give him a roving commission, Jeff.
Yeah, I think he might have a roving commission. Good ruck work there from Mumford, and O'Keefe gets the ball out of the middle. Oh,
Well,
way
that's
it's
why
tapped
they're
down.
committed now. They're now
Ellis.
1% things. They're putting 100% effort
And
into.
Hodge is lifted again. The kick's not good. A straight to a Swans player who diffuses the ball and takes a timely mark, right on the point of the square. Out wide it comes.
Oh, no,
is
that's
that
all
mark?
right.
They're going forward. I think O'Keefe with the ball. Have they got somebody going into space here? No, Gibson
no
takes
pressure.
the ball.
Where was Goods? Wasn't watching the ball.
And away it goes to the Hawthorn team. Looks like Birchall with the ball. Birchall with the ball with a big kick, but it's to really nobody. Off it hands it comes. He knocks over. Now they're in
Beard.
trouble. A Beard going forward with a big kick right back to where
That's
it came
a
from.
huge kick.
At the back of the pack. There could be another chance for Swans score here. Will it stay in? Jack close to the line.
Jack's done well.
He's
Now,
got it
where's
back to the
Robert
hot
Thompson?
spot. Oh, off hands it comes. Schoenmakers gets the ball a little bit further afield. Who's this chasing after? Oh, they look fast asleep, the Hawks. And there it is.
That'll be a ball
Suckling tapped the ball. They're very
Yeah, it'll
cautious
be a
about
ball
picking the ball up. And I think they left it to Heath Grundy there to make the hard yards.
Yeah.
But it'll be a
I
ball
tell
up.
you, just an observation too, actually, it appears to me that the Swans now are controlling the ball a little bit better. They're not as desperate to get the ball away as quickly. They're settling the play down a little bit.
There's Bolton on to Jack. Jack onto the forward line. They've got a few, but it comes
Oh,
a
good
beautiful
mark.
mark there from the skipper with a Crimea War look.
Yeah.
The Beard and the Crimea War look are really back, aren't they? That bandage round the
and
head.
that wounded knee look.
That's right. And here comes the ball out wider. I think this might be onto Birchall here. Birchall for the Hawks on the
Speaking
centre
of
wing.
wounded knee, I think Goods has got a wounded knee, actually. Just looking at him there now, he's not running with...
The fluidity he was earlier on.
No.
And there's the kick from Birchall up to a pack of Hawks looking for Buddy to do something.
Beard got it.
Yes, and over the boundary line and out of bounds on the centre wing just in front of the card table
He
here.
doesn't look good, actually. Look at Goods. He's
runner,
He's favouring that left knee.
Well, he's going to
Now,
try
what
and
does
run
that
it
sign
out.
mean?
We're going to try and run it out.
Oh,
As let's see, that was Hale in the ruck there. Oh, it's sort of in the back. He's got to play in the back here, I'm sure.
It appeared to be in the back, actually.
Oh, what?
What?
He played holding the ball. Okay. That's the beauty of AFL. You don't know, haven't got a clue
No
what the decision will be.
consistency, Archie.
No, the umpires exist.
Well,
the
with
rules
Adam
exist.
Goods, could I suggest a soft tissue injury?
Oh, soft tissue injury. I love those soft tissue injuries. There it goes. A beautiful kick across there. Can the Hawks make something of this? A rare inside 50 in the second quarter. They've diffused it well, but the Hawthorn team come and pick it up, and he's fallen over at a crucial moment. That's Smith falling over. Yes, beautifully played by the Swans. Almost a mark. Jetta again gets him underway. Jetta's been the big difference
cool
in
under
it.
pressure.
Big difference in the second quarter.
Yep.
Out wide it goes,
Well,
looking
if
for a
it's
runner.
a soft tissue injury, actually, you've almost got to run it out.
And up onto I'm not quite sure who that's to, and it'll be, I think, a ball in on the
is he going
second
to be
quarter.
penalised for
No,
that
he couldn't be
consistency? Yes,
Soft
it is the
tissue.
knee, and it's not soft tissue if he's mucking around with the bone there, HG. It could be a buggered knee.
You know what? I reckon the doc's working on the wrong knee because
Yes.
he's pointing to the other knee, Goodsy. Now, there's a chance here, a lot better play from the Swans, and they've got a lot of players up and about, and there's a kick from Sammy Mitchell. Oh, I don't know what that's going to do. I think it's going to be out of bounds. And
Yes, it is out of bounds.
terrific work there from
Yeah.
Bruce.
Now, let's say it's a cruciate ligament, HG.
Is it a cruciate ligament? Is
Well,
that what you're-
I'm just saying if it is, the
Yes.
only thing to do is to run it out.
Right, you've got to just play on.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And-
we know it's not concussion or a hip joint.
Or a shoulder by the looks. But doctors have been known, I reckon it's to put the opposition off. Let's get Goodsy off halfway through the second quarter, pretend he's got a cruciate ligament when it's really his shoulder that's stuffed.
Could be his shoulder too. Could be a knee cartilage tear, HG. That could be very painful. The only thing you can do is run it out.
And a shoulder, you have to run them out as well.
You gotta
But
run
Bay
it out.
gets the ball away. Swans have got a chance here. Reed now. Reed is a real passenger out there today as Sammy Mitchell tries and gets the ball. Reed is bottling it up there and it's play on here.
Play
they get
on.
the ball away. A jazzy kick up there from Ellis, but it's really to nobody because it's all Swans in the fence there. But great play there. And a Beard just had to handball it over the boundary line because he
Beard
knew
did
he
what
was
that
in
might have
trouble. A Beard did what a Beard does.
Yeah, reshot. Very good.
Under
Very
the
good.
pump. Anybody under the pump?
Yeah, they're
Roy?
all under the pump, HG. Of course, it could be just a sprained ankle.
Ah, true.
Could be osteotitis pubis.
I love that injury. Osteopubis. Hale knocks the ball on. They've got a bit of a break here with, I think that's Bruce again. He's having a blinder, Bruce, and Buddy misses it. And now have they got anybody there to take it away? Here's a big run from a Swan. He just gets the ball away. A bad one to
Kick
restore.
it!
He does so. He follows your instructions. They got the ball in the
Beautiful.
middle.
Pass
and there's
it!
O'Keefe, I think, goes
Pass
wider.
it!
Here's Reed now.
Kick
Has Reed got a chance to go forward? No, it comes. Oh, yes,
Yes!
Goal to the Sydney Swans.
Well, that's your snakes and ladders, isn't it?
Snakes and ladders certainly is. Wonderful attacking
Beautiful
play.
work. Now, with a groin strain injury, the best therapy, HG, is play with yourself.
Is that right?
That's what they say.
Can I ask whether you should run it out while you play with
You
yourself?
can run it out and play with yourself, yes. In most of these injuries, apart from concussion, the best thing to do is run it out. But I've often felt with a concussion, the best thing to do is to bloody well run it out. It's
And
been my experience.
Concussion, Roy, if there was concussion
Yes.
today, is there any tried and true test for it?
Oh, how many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I often go to, say, ABC, Monday nights, 8:30, what are you watching? Now, if they say, 4 corners, Roy, I know they're on the ball. If they say 7:30, pull them off immediately.
And there's a
Get
big
them to run it out.
kick into the forward line there, comes off hands, knocked away, I think, to the Hawks' advantage here, or my boundary line might beat them all, and it does. The Swans are now in front by about 5 or 6 points as we see them colliding with each other
Yes, I don't like that. Teammates now, they're now. Look at that. It's looking like knee strain, HG. It looks like a knee cartilage tear to me.
there. Hawks have lifted a bit here. Swans have had all the play. We're not sure
They've
exactly.
still got all the play. Jenner again.
Jenner's been the big difference, the spark
Not
plug
out
in
in
the
the full,
Swan
is it?
machine.
Ah,
Defused there by Schoenmakers coming across and knocking the ball away from, I think, the big Mike Pike.
Yes.
All the way from Vancouver.
I don't think it's a hamstring injury, HG. It's a jarred knee. They're saying it's a jarred knee.
Jarred knee.
Well,
Right, do you run that
jarred,
out?
you run
Oh,
that, yeah.
here's trouble. Hanbury
No,
intercepts.
straight to a hawk.
Straight to a hawk, a lively hawk there. Gunston with the ball.
Gunston.
And
we haven't talked about Gunston much today.
we
have
haven't, no.
Can I suggest? I don't want to talk about Gunston.
No. How are you going with Kennedy?
Yeah,
I think that's a
Kennedy's
mark.
looking well,
and a
yeah.
mark Young. Right there. Lewis Robert Thompson comes in late. Leave him alone.
Comes in late and looks stupid.
Indeed. Well, he's had a shocker,
He's
hasn't
had a
he? With the
shocker,
ball in the
Roberts
middle there.
Thompson. I mean, he's just been Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative.
They're very cautious with the kick, even though they're accurate kicks, and that's a great mark there by Saul under some pressure. Beautiful conditions for football, though, Roy. Look at it. It's bathed in sunlight.
Bathed in sunshine,
on
isn't
that last Saturday in September. Bathed in sunlight. There's poetry out there, Roy.
Yes, it is.
As the ball comes up to the card table, we might be able to get a stat here if we're lucky. Hawthorn knock it
Yeah,
out over the
that's
line,
right,
and Hodgie bumps into shore.
See, if it's a hamstring strain, HG, oh, look, 15 on 15. You don't often see that either.
no. He's back-
Here he is back with a jarred knee. Now, with a jarred knee, the best thing to do is strap it up and run it out.
I think they've taken your advice, Roy. The Hawks are getting the stoppage as well, but they can't do much else with the ball. It's
Well,
just
it's
weird.
the dud
how-
end. They're running towards the
Yes,
dud
the
end.
dud end throw, I would have thought, and he's pinged him.
Pinged him.
Yes,
He
it's
should.
a
Was
Hawthorn
there
ball.
a beard involved?
A beard involved. Buddy's got the ball, but he's kicking it into the breeze as nearly as we can tell.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, for a throw. They've got. He
No,
wants a
but
runner.
he wants a leader.
He wants a
And
runner.
he's got one.
found
How easy was that? Too easy.
Hale, not the best of kicks though. Well within kicking distance of a conventional player.
Yeah.
And Mumford got lost in traffic there,
Yeah,
right?
but there's no expectation on him to kick it, so chances are he will kick it.
Bamford would see that every time, that
Yeah.
sort of. And there's a lovely post. That's pure Swans play, that.
It is Swans
You think
play.
that'd be a wake up, especially Mumford. He would
Yeah.
have practiced that all week. Nervous crowd behind. And the card table's just out of shot for those who want to know where it
Yeah,
is.
we're just behind the bloke with the long lens there.
Yes, just to the left of him.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Pouncing in.
It's
Hale.
a silly style, isn't
It's
it?
a stupid side. I
Stupid
think it's got
style.
point written all over it.
It has got point written on
Oh,
it.
is it coming back? No,
No.
it's stayed left and kept left.
Still, a point's a point. Gets
Yeah.
them a point closer. That's what I always say about
Was
a
that a
point.
crucial point, Roy?
I don't think it's a crucial point.
No,
No, it's not as important as the 2 points Buddy Lance Franklin.
Yes.
Don't
Lance.
forget that, it's Lance. A lot of people think, oh, it's Buddy. No, it's not. It's Lance.
People
Got
think-
in the first quarter.
Think of Bobby Buddy Franklin. A lot of people are calling him just to give him a bit of a leg up.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, yeah.
Bobby.
It's a Lance Buddy Franklin.
Yeah, that's right.
And the Swans have the ball right on the 50 now in the defensive 50, kicking it up on the far side. They're going to have to hope and pray they can get something out of here. They're stoppage experts, but the ball sadly bounces to the bruised, a terrible
Okay.
kick.
Terrible
Straight to the
kick.
Swans defender.
Now, it'd be
Turnovers,
interesting to see what sort of influence Goods has now. Turnovers, HG?
they'll hurt you. That's my only observation about football. Turnovers.
Turnovers always hurt you, unless
the-
you're the one that's got the turnover.
The Swan
In which case-
is Jeddah.
Jeddah.
Great mark again from Jeddah. Jeddah's
Slow
played
it down.
really well.
Slow it down.
But he's found a player
He's
on the
found
on
someone.
the logo, the news radio logo there.
Yep.
And he
Oh,
goes
hello.
Here's trouble.
Surprise, surprise.
He's gone for home. Has he got
He's
enough
gone
carry
for
on the
Goods.
ball? Oh,
Goods
he's
has
marked
got it.
No, he's played on. He's played on. He obviously had to play on. Morton with the
Kick
ball.
it, Morton. Yes.
Yes, another goal. Swans in front.
Swans in front. We knew they could do it. It's their culture, HG. It's the
It's
culture.
culture. It's
that corporate, greedy culture.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 1.
Yes, a massive turnaround in this quarter from the Sydney Swans, but we're still trying to work out whether the wind is favouring the scoring in. I don't know whether the stats man has got the, what do you call a wind gauge?
Yes.
Wind gauge out, and it seems to be swirling.
Swirling wind.
And
yes.
Roughhead with the ball, he gets it over to Sewell. Sewell looking for somebody on the forward line. It's been great defensive work from the Swans in this quarter and remains so. Ball off hands. Buddy will have to lift. Buddy's
Here's
got a
Buddy.
chance. Buddy kicks it, and I don't know. They're setting up so well down back now with Shaw doing a lot of the work there. And the link man is Jeddah. He hasn't
very
done it this
good.
time. Pike with the ball. The
Good
big
kick from the beard.
back over
Very
it
good
goes.
kick. This
they
is
can't
more like
get any
it.
space, really, the Hawthorn team. They had plenty of space in the first quarter. He's had to take it onto Gibson. Gibson finds a runner on the inside there. Way it comes might be Young. Watch out, he's going to get run down, but he kicks the ball up onto the forward line. It's man on man up there. Diopolo, no room to move. This is how the...
Now, was he interfered with? I would say yes.
Wow.
But no, it's going to be a ball up. I mean,
Usually these days interfered means, you're pushed in the back, you have to cope with somebody's hips around your face.
Yeah.
You're attacking them
are
high.
you allowed to dead leg someone?
Yes,
under
you can
that
certainly
circumstance?
dead leg them. Tapped away there to Sewell's.
Oh, Sewell. He just, I mean, we haven't mentioned Sewell. Well, twice
well,
we've mentioned Sewell. And both it's been in the context of how hopeless was that.
Would you declare him under the pump?
Totally under the pump.
Okay, but
And it looks as
O'Keefe.
if he's got a bit of gastric there now as well.
Well, that can help. Now, so it's been a game of two.
2 quarters.
Thanks.
Is that what you were
In
going
a
to say?
4-quarter game. Exceptional. It's been all Swans tapped away there.
This is more
Swans
like it.
brilliant.
Swans getting away.
Bird with the ball. Bird with the ball.
Not
High
such
kick.
a good kick. Not a good kick.
Oh, it's big packs now. Here we go. It's slammed ahead, but that's straight to a Swan player.
Did he have a
mercifully.
chance to get rid of it? I don't think so.
No,
Ball up.
yeah.
Come on, ball
And
up.
this suits the Swans, who have now found their mojo
They have.
around the stoppages.
They have,
I
yeah.
don't like that term mojo.
No, I don't know what it means.
No.
Just means lucky, doesn't it? They found their lucky.
They found their lucky chum.
Found their lucky.
And now there's not much space up there on the forward line. That play should have... Oh, that was lazy.
That was lazy.
That was very lazy.
Yep,
Hanbury with the ball.
3% into the 1% thing.
Hanbury. Lewis
Oh,
Roberts-Thompson.
no, Roberts-Thompson's hopeless. What's he going to do now?
He's
Give
gotta
us
do
something
something weird.
stupid.
Has he got
Oh, no,
something
he actually
stupid?
kicked the ball.
Oh. Well, he kicked it to a player.
Goods, yeah, Goods lost control of it. Any evidence that Goods is able to run at the moment?
Stratton with the ball. They're resting him up on the forward line. Sammy Mitchell gets the ball away, but sadly to Reid. Reid runs into a
Reid
Hawthorn
made no
player.
attempt to pick that ball up.
I think the players are a bit nervous about taking possession. That's how I'm reading all of this.
Too nervous. They don't want it. No one wants the ball.
They're
The
really-
Beards want it.
The Beards want it. Of course the Beards want it. And there's another spilled
Another
mark.
lead.
Lewis Roberts-Thompson.
Oh, God, don't let him touch it.
And a forward line here.
There's Goods.
Goods.
Oh, no, he's not looking good, is he?
He got the ball to Mitch Morton. Mitch Morton
it
might be able
in.
to make it. Can he get another goal? Yes, he
Yes,
can.
he can.
Morton, a big difference up there. And while Goods is
Okay.
standing around, he's sucking a player out of it.
Here's Jeddah and Morton. Have turned
Jenner
this
and
game
Morton.
around.
They've made a huge difference in the second half.
Yes.
I think Clarko, that is Alistair Clarkson, is going to have to make some moves at half time because this one now is getting right away.
It's getting away, isn't it?
It's,
Mind you, we know it's a good 20-point advantage running in the one direction.
It
don't we?
appears that way.
It appears that
Yeah,
way.
so the third quarter be the premiership quarter.
Yeah.
But obviously I think that the stoppages, the Swans are getting something out of the stoppages.
Yep.
Players nervous about grabbing the ball.
Yep.
A lot of soccering off the ground. Mitch Morton lively up front.
Yep.
Discarded by Richmond. How would they be feeling now?
Well, they'd be feeling stupid.
I know.
You'd have to imagine.
Exceptionally stupid.
Yeah.
As we can see, a 16-point. I don't know what the turnaround is, but the Hawthorn Hawks will have to start getting the ball out of the centre. Sewell trying to do something. Little Sammy Mitchell in there. He's got to kick up now. We need the Hawthorn forward line to fire a bit up. Here it comes off hands. Away they go now. Now they've got a chance. They're all so nervous here that they kick badly. They're very buddy focused as now they can't even hold the ball. The Hawthorn, here comes the Swans again, getting the ball out of the back half with a lovely clearing kick up on the wing.
Someone
and they
there.
found a runner.
Beautiful. Now there's Goods.
Well,
He's moved down.
He's walked all that way up there.
Hobbled.
And
Hobbled
comes
his
back
way
into the
down.
centre.
That's not a bad kick either. Had
And
it
Reid
been
has the
taken.
ball. He had a chance there.
No,
Oh,
he didn't get a chance to get away. No, ball up. Ball
Ellis,
up.
Ellis with the ball on top.
Ball
They'll play
up.
on. It comes out. Oh, he's paid.
He's paid it to Hawthorn.
Yes, a kick.
He had no opportunity, prior opportunity to get rid of that ball, AJ.
Ellis with the ball now. I don't think he did. And what we want is consistency, Roy. Consistency in the umpiring. I love umpiring. You know I won't bag umpires,
Yes.
even though they're jokes. But I won't bag umpires at all. And they do need to go into the room of mirrors at half-time, and the umpires need to have a good hard look at themselves.
Now, Goods, we know he's got that jarred knee. We think Mumford's in trouble, and we think Richards is in trouble as well.
Wow. So they've got a full set of players.
Yeah.
In the snakes and ladders context.
Well,
Here's
that could be
trouble
out
here.
the full.
No,
No,
bounce
just
just
bounced
in.
you.
Yes, another ball in. And that's what we're liking, but it's been all... Gee, how have these injuries happened, Roy?
Oh, well, I
They've come in
suppose it's-
underdone.
Look, it's the hurly-burly.
Hurly-burly of snakes
The
and ladders.
hurly-burly of snakes and ladders. That's the way of it. I mean, you pay your money, you get your ticket, you take your chances.
Can they run all these injuries out?
Well, they've got to be run out.
Yes.
You've got no choice, especially during a grand final.
Yes, true.
I mean,
'cause
if you
it's-
can't run down in a grand final, when can you bloody well run it?
Yes, you've got nobody to come back to. And now
No.
the Hawthorn have a chance to go forward there. I think that might be Young on the bottom of that pack, but he's given it to McVeigh.
McVeigh's really good.
He's got a kick
He's
there.
been solid.
Very solid. Showenmakers back with the ball there. Away it comes onto Ellis.
Too
Ellis.
easy getting rid of
He's
it.
got,
Oh, no,
he's
this
got
is
to run to the
dangerous.
ball. That's good from Hanbury. That's
Well
very
done,
good.
Hanbury. He's been their best this quarter, Hanbury. Well, no, not quite.
Well, I
because
think
we think Jeddah's been
Jeddah.
better.
Somebody's
and
sitting
we
on
think
Jeddah.
Morton's been better.
And those three injured players, let's not forget the three busted ass
Ritchie,
boys.
Mumford and Richards, the
Yes.
three BAs.
Yes. As now, as just a chance with a few minutes to go, a
Well,
goal.
wouldn't it be a great nail in a beautiful coffin if the Swans were to get another one up here?
They would if they need to go forward.
They
and
need
that's,
to have the bloody ball in hand.
yeah. Oh, where's
Well,
the
that's
ball
not
gone
bad.
here?
Oh, hello.
Good tackle there.
Taken high, I
In
thought.
goes Hale
Taken high, I thought.
and Bruce. Hale and Bruce.
And an elbow to the face.
And what's happening here? A ball up.
Ball up.
Oh, he tried to run. Oh, I don't know about
no,
that.
it wasn't that high.
No,
No,
sadly.
it was all right. Good.
So the ball up and the Rucks go to it. And Hawthorn now starting to get a bit of
Good
action out of the
clearance, good
stoppages.
clearance.
But that's just going to be over the boundary line and out of bounds. The nerves, though, Roy.
Well, Hawthorn have This is obviously the nervous end, isn't it? Running.
It is nervous
There's
end,
a nervous direction to run in.
Can I put at this
The end of uncertainty.
The end of uncertainty.
Yeah.
And can I say there must be a pump out there somewhere, because I see a lot of players getting
Under
under
it?
I don't see it now, but sometimes I see players under the pump. As McVeigh, the only fit player out there for the Swans, gets on the ball, drags it in. Whee! He's in trouble there, I reckon, if we look at
No, he didn't. No, he had no prior opportunity to get rid of it.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I saw a hit of a little bit earlier on too, and that was, I thought I saw a wire.
Did you?
Yes. And I thought to myself, I wonder if this game could go
Down to
down to it.
Yes. There's some more coming in.
Yep.
Lewis with the ball. He's got a pass here, and Buddy's taken a mark. That's very slow there.
Now, there is a saying, HG, if you want to stop Hawthorn, shut down the first kick from halfback.
Oh, that's correct. Is that an old football saying?
It's an old football saying.
Did old man Kennedy say that,
Yes,
or
he
young
did.
man Kennedy,
Yeah.
or the current Kennedy?
Yeah, no, all Kennedys have said that. That's been a belief. Now, this is very important for Buddy Franklin.
A crucial,
This could be the
crucial
most
kick in the
kick of the game.
I think it's going to be a point, because this isn't on the scoring end. Oh.
Lord. Oh, Lord. Now,
Wow.
Franklin kicked a little bit like that last week. Jeff Kennett liked it, because he likes looking at duds.
Yeah.
Reminds him of himself.
Oh, and Hawthorn get the ball back here through a bad. Oh, now have they got a chance?
Oh, no.
That's
Oh,
great
no.
work from keeping it in there from Young.
He
Young
might have
kicks.
kicked this.
No, it's out of bounds on the full.
Phew. Just
So the Swans people breathe a sigh of relief. The differential, as they like to say in rugby league, is 16 points coming into half-time.
Yeah, well, we know
Great
it's a
tournament.
20-point differential. We know it's a 20-point advantage going to the happy end.
The happy end, as opposed to the end of uncertainty.
That's right.
Now, the trouble is the Hawks kicked to the end of uncertainty in the last quarter.
Yes,
He's
they
paid
did.
that mark. Okay,
He has.
consistency.
Yep.
And so the Hawks slow it up now with 44 seconds to go. Can either side manage another score?
Well, if they could snap, if you get Jenner involved,
Oh.
that's a beautiful mark
Mumford.
as well.
That's good in the
Mumford has
conditions.
been terrific.
He's got, what has he got, the busted ass?
Busted ass. Totally. You've got to run it out, though, with a busted ass.
And
Another good mark here by the Hawthorn. They've been defending well in this latter part of the
well, in the last
second
30
quarter.
seconds.
Yeah.
And now this is the kick that worries him here. So they decide to handball, and away it comes. Now, what does he say? You've got to
You've
stop
got to
this
shut
kick.
this kick down.
And let's have a look. Oh, he's got plenty of room here. Oh, it's
Well,
escaping him.
they didn't shut it down.
Here we go.
Here we go. March him over.
Now.
Oh,
I
hello.
think that's sort of deliberate. That's Suckling. Odd surname, Suckling, isn't it?
It is not. Yeah, where does it come from? I suppose his forebears used to
Do the
with
Suckling.
pigs.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a bit like Roughhead.
Oh.
I often wonder about his forebears. Gee, I tell you what, the original Roughhead, HG, you could see him coming from 20 kilometres away.
It was a big box head.
big box.
Yes.
No one knew where to look.
No, that's
and you
right.
never knew which way he was looking until he moved, because you made assumptions that he was going forward.
Let's take this short break and come back with a wrap-up of the first half of the boot, in which the Sydney Swans lead the Hawthorn Hawks 7-4, 46, 4-6, 30.
It is that one weekend in September. It's the Festival of the Boot across the nation and the known universe on ABC News.
And so a most exciting first half in the boot part one. Roy, it was a game of two quarters, and there's two quarters to come.
Yes.
And at halftime, obviously the Swans will be feeling pretty pleased with themselves, because they have a distinct advantage going into the third quarter. And the Hawks now look very, very well, snoozeville, really, don't they?
They do, actually. They do.
I've got a few stats before.
They're their own worst enemies, the Hawks, you'd have to say. They certainly haven't taken advantage of the platform they built and those terrific foundations they built in the first quarter.
Let me give you a few stats.
Give
a few stats and then give you a wrap-up.
6 unanswered goals, though. That's what we're talking
Six
about.
unanswered goals, 6 straight. That's
6 straight.
incredible. Okay, in terms of disposal, it's about 171 to 164 in favour of the Swans.
Yep.
Kicks 100 to 96 in favour of the Swans.
Yep.
Handballs 71 to 68 in favour of the Swans. The Swans are right on top in the marking. 39 to 27. Yep. Tackles 56 to 37. Inside 50s, it's almost even, but the Hawks are slightly ahead. Rebound 50s. Well, as you'd expect, the Swans have rebounded incredibly well, especially in that second quarter.
Yeah.
Now, Roy, your wrap. And can I ask you, when you think of your wrap, focus on three things: under the pump, up and about, and getting the job done. And the crucial goals. I know this is the fourth thing, which is the forgotten thing.
And
the crucial goals in the context.
And
of the
any
match.
evidence of a wire. Well, there was evidence, a little bit of evidence of a wire, HG, you'd have to say. Look, what concerns me, this is all I can say, when you've got people with injuries that need to be run around, the last thing you need is a break.
Yes.
This is not going to do the Swans any good at all. You've got three players carrying enormous injuries who need to run around. Whether they can keep them active or massaged on the rub-down tables in the dressing room, I don't know if that can work.
Right.
I honestly don't.
But you must have played a lot with a busted ass.
Yeah, but I didn't want to stop playing.
No.
You know what I mean? Once I had my ass busted, I was happy while I was out there playing. But once they pulled me off, sat me down and said, "Hey, Roy, guess what? You've got a busted ass," I couldn't move.
Can I ask, but you often came off at half-time and you'd ask, "How's my ass going?" And they'd say, "Busted." And I'd see you running around Lithgow
Yeah,
Oval.
good, you had to.
Yeah, at half-time.
Yeah, sorry, coach, can't stop, can't listen, got a busted ass. See you later, see you in the second half.
And that's what we'll do. We'll see you in the second half when we leave the MCG briefly for a news update with the incredible news that the Swans, the Sydney Swans, are well in front of the Hawthorn Hawks. Join us for the second half for the Boot Part 1. Now, Scotty Wales with a news update. Take it away, Scotty. Yes, thanks very much indeed, Scott Wales there with the news update. And, of course, welcome back to the MCG. And if you've just joined us, the score is incredible scoreline with the Hawks with it all to do. They've got 30 points, and the Sydney Swans have 46 points. Goal kickers for the Sydney Swans, I think, are Malchevsky, Kennedy, Jack, McVeigh, Reid, at least those four. And Morton's obviously got 2. So their goals come from Malchevsky, Kennedy, Jack, McVeigh, Reid, and Morton has 2. Goals for the Hawks, Ellis, Franklin, Bruce and Gunston, 4 there as we watch Temper Trap playing away here on the MCG. Beautiful set for Temper Trap. Wonderful work. And the drumming, I don't think I've seen better drumming in my life, Roy. You know, you come to the grand final to see great acts like Meatloaf, and you don't go away disappointed because Meatloaf just really delivers every time. But Temper Trap have really pulled something out today, haven't they?
They have. Sorry, actually, I'm just having a trouble with my equipment here.
That's all right, Roy. I'll just keep it going. I think what has to happen is that these go like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's easy for that. But look, Temper Trap, they've thrilled the nation with their work over the years. And this set that's been beautifully constructed here, they nicked
Well,
off.
it's got a Christian feel, hasn't it? It looks like a cross HG. Did Temper Trap, are they a Christian act?
I don't know.
No.
Roy. I just think they're a drumming act.
They're
and
a
the
drumming act, yes. Well, you can't have too many drummers, can you?
You've been down in the rooms, Roy, and had a look at a few busted asses.
Yep.
Are they ready to play the half of their lives?
Look, it's a little hard to say. Look, the Swans dressing room, they wouldn't let me in. Mm-hmm. And that's a first. That's never happened before. The Hawthorn dressing room, they welcomed me in, HG, sat down. I had a cup of tea with a couple of the players. Mm-hmm. They think they can turn it around.
Right.
They think there is a massive advantage heading in one direction. They see it as a 40-point turnaround, and they're looking at a 40-point turnaround in this third quarter, traditionally the championship quarter.
So you're looking at a scoreline, or they're looking at a scoreline, something like 70 points to 46, roughly.
That's
70,
the way they
70,
see
50.
it. Yeah, because they've got to allow themselves for the 40-point turnaround that the Swans are going to see when it comes to the fourth quarter. So whether they've thought beyond that, I don't know.
And
little hard to gauge.
And we come to our big themes. You know, under the pump, up and about.
Up and about.
Getting the job done.
Getting the job done, yeah.
Are they going to be stressed by the coaches at halftime?
Oh, I'm sure that's all they're talking about, especially in the Swans dressing room. But as I say, I have no insight because they wouldn't let me in, which is most unusual, HG. Now, Big Dog HG has tweeted. He wants to know, let me see here. He wanted to know what's the best thing to do with a hamstring injury.
Yes.
Now, look, I don't think we're allowed to legally to give out advice in this matter, medical advice. I think they call it the Rice method, HG.
Yes.
Rest, ice, compression and elevation.
And running it out.
Now, we used to use the Bud method for it, however, which was a boot up the date. If we succumb to a hamstring strain, which was a sign of weakness always in my day, that you hadn't worked hard enough during the season. You were bent over and literally every player in the team would boot you up the arse. Sure, it was cruel, but nothing
The hamstring was suddenly the least of your worries.
Exactly.
Can I ask, Roy,
that's exactly
the
right.
conditions today? Now, you
Yeah.
must in the
Perfect.
in the Shamrocks, you
Yeah.
must have played in lots of really difficult days weather-wise.
Oh, yeah.
How did Grassy take the weather out of the equation for you?
Often, HG, the night before, in fact, 2 or 3 nights before the grand final, he'd have us living in what we call the cool stores. And it was freezing in there.
The Abattoirs cool stores there in
The
Lithgow?
Abattoirs cool stores in Lithgow, yeah, not far from the Lithgow Olympic pool. And we'd rug up and we'd sit around. We had a lot of steam coming out of the breath, all that sort of thing. But it bothered us in an interesting sort of way. And we didn't get the flu or colds until, the day after the grand final, generally speaking. Often we played more coming down with it. But honestly, actually, it didn't matter how cold it was. It felt tropical once you were let out. It really did. And it was such a relief to get outside, having been cooped up in the cool stores for the best part of, say, 18 hours. Which is what he'd do to us. But he wouldn't stay with us, obviously.
No, obviously.
And obviously the doors were locked.
And what did you do all that time? Play snakes and ladders?
Snakes and ladders, cards, tell stories, and play with the meat.
Did you ever have, obviously have people down with injuries who went into the cool store to try and fix them?
Well, yeah, it was a good place for the ice, obviously. And you could do the resting in there. The compression and elevation, different story, though. Obviously, you were so cold that you wanted to keep on the move rather than sit down on a block of ice. Didn't matter how well rigged up you are. Ice gets through, actually. It comes through your feet.
I know, it's
It's
weird,
so
isn't it?
bloody cold.
Yes,
it's
it is.
weird. It is weird. We've experienced extreme temperatures, you and I. So in Salt Lake City, where it got down to 50 degrees minus
Yeah.
degrees.
It's extremely
That's bloody
difficult.
cold.
Is that footballing conditions, though? Minus 50?
Minus 50,
in
no,
the cool
not,
stores?
not really. In the cool stores, much colder than that. Much colder than that. But honestly, when you got out, it felt better. Other time, I think the worst grand final we played, actually, I think we had about 15 inches of rain, old speak, the night before the game, and there was a metre of water. We played under a metre of water.
Yes.
It was a very slow game. Very low-scoring game, too, as it turned out. We managed to just get away with it.
How was kick-off?
Well, it weighed off.
Yeah.
The whole game was played wading. They've never had a grand final like 2 players drowned. I don't think that's ever happened in a grand final before. Still talked about. They've fixed the drainage now at the Tony Lucchetti field in Lithgow. You'd be pleased to know, HG, so that can never happen again.
Now, Roy, you said that there was a hint of wire
Yes.
here. Now, when you said wire, I immediately started looking around for chicken wire. Is that the sort of wire to keep an eye out for? As in down to the wire?
It was down to the wire I was talking about, actually. People often say things go down to the wire. I never thought of it being chicken wire.
No.
I always imagined a piece of wire, like a bit of string, draped along across the oval that people have got breasting the tape, breasting the wire.
Yes.
That's the wire I imagine. You see it as chicken wire.
Oh, I just made that up. I think that's an excellent talking point. And
What sort of wire is referred to? We might get some tweets on that later.
I'd say
when people talk about wire, going down to the wire,
what are they talking about?
what are they talking about? Where is this bloody wire? What's it made of? And if you did hit the wire at speed, wouldn't you run the risk of slicing your own bloody head off? It makes no sense.
And that's the same with the pump. Is it a hand pump? Is it an electric pump? Is it a heat pump?
And how big is this pump?
How big is this pump as the Swans come back on? The winning Swans at the moment come back on. Remember, they got a lot of busted asses.
It goes to the Battle of Waterloo, HG, where you had to man the bilge pumps.
Wow, the bilge pumps.
Bilge pumps in the bottom of the vessel.
Right.
You didn't want to sink, and so you had to divide your time between manning the pumps and manning the cannon.
Right, what an excellent moment in history. Can I take you back a little bit further? The Archimedes screw pump. Under the pump.
People still talk of that as being the finest pump, one of the finest invented, the Archimedes pump. Kids don't study that sort of thing anymore, HG. I mean, when you talk about Archimedes, no one thinks about his pump. Do they?
I tell you the Hawthorn players who have to lift, they've got quite a lot of them. I mean, I tell you what.
The whole bloody team.
Yeah, Burgoyne's done very little.
Well, you've referred to him once in the call.
Yes, I know.
He didn't do something. I mean, he did something quite competently. He might have caught the ball and kicked it out.
Hey, very good.
Very good at that. But it takes more than that to win a grand final.
Yes, true.
Especially if you're under the pump going towards the wire.
Yeah. and you're not up and about and you're looking for a bed and you're not getting the job done.
Now, what about Rioli?
Well,
How many touches? 1 or 2?
I don't know.
One memorable one from last week.
Roy, pointing that out that this is the shooters returning to the forest, do you think the Hawks have reloaded?
Well, what a good point. Are they capable of reloading?
Well, that's an excellent
Well,
point too.
Franklin is capable of reloading in a
Yeah.
match. I mean, he's a champion. Riol's a champion. I mean, they do have some champions. It's just a case of feeding the champions. Getting the ball to the champions, having the space for them, for the champions. And it's up to the players to realise, I'm not the champion, they're the champions, they're the ones I've got to get the ball to.
That's the mistake.
At the same time, you've got to believe in yourself.
As a champion.
Believe that you can be a champion.
You can step
Even
up.
though I'm not. You can step up, even if you're under the pump, heading towards a wire.
LOL. This is The Boot, Part 1. The AFL Grand Final, live across Australia on ABC News Radio.
Yes, Roy, remember, of course, tomorrow, the Boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, on air across Australia, 4:30 Eastern.
4:30 Eastern, is that official?
That's official. That's official now, with the Rugby League obviously being played between the Melbourne Storm and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
Isn't that bizarre? Isn't it bizarre, HG, to have a grand final in rugby league with a team from Melbourne? I mean, I like it. I mean, people realise now, I think, that the spiritual home of rugby league is Melbourne. The other thing that's unusual, HG, is that 99, I think, I forgot the statistic, was something between 74 and 82% of players on the park in the AFL Grand Final today were born in New South Wales.
Is that right?
That's right, yes.
So it won't be long before we can have a state of origin.
Yes.
In AFL.
In AFL.
You could probably do it already.
You could. New South Wales versus Victoria. It'd be a marvellous spectacle. And I have brought this up with Andrew Dimitriou, and he just he gave it no credence whatsoever. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a concept that can fly. And I said, well, you're rubbish.
How do you respond to that?
He said, well, I'm not going to listen to that sort of talk. And I said, you've heard it once already, and I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to tell you again, because you're rubbish. You understand that, Dimitriou? You're rubbish. I spent a fair bit of time telling people they were rubbish today. Mainly Hawks, former Hawks, you know. I mean, Michael Tuck, lovely chap. You couldn't meet a nicer bloke, but I had to tell you, I hate his culture.
Did you see Dipper?
Look, I have a rule, actually. Whenever Dipper walks into a room,
You leave.
I walk out. And it's something I've maintained all my life. Whenever it doesn't matter where I am, if he's in the room, I'm not.
Yeah. And Jeff Kennett.
I've never met him. Do I want to? No.
Jeff Kennett, obviously you pantsed him.
Yeah, I did.
That was fantastic.
I did.
A real memory here.
And gave him a dead
Dead leg.
And a horse bite to go on with.
just below the line of the underpants.
That's it. Now look at this. It's sense of foreboding with the weather, HG. If you can see that, I don't know if people can
Well,
pictures
if it
at home now with
starts
the great
raining,
clouds.
it's going to make the Hawthorn
Well, Swans
jobs.
is going to even be better for the Swans.
I know.
They're mudlarks.
Indeed, as we see them breaking up, here's a bloke talking to another bloke about football. That's rare on this day, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that Johnny Longmire. I mean, he's still got the presence of mind to be able to talk to someone. Someone wearing glasses,
yeah.
Mr. Magoo looking like.
And do glasses help with an
No,
understanding
they
of football?
don't. They don't. They don't help you at all in any understanding of football. Any more tweets? Coming in?
Somebody's suggesting down to the wire is a military term meaning the enemy is about to breach.
He's about to breach. Is that right?
That's fascinating. Could you apply the same time
I don't believe a word of that.
nomenclature to Wales?
Well, we'd have to look at the etymology of that, actually. I'm not convinced by that at all.
The second half about to get underway as the tweets keep coming in here to the Festival of the Boot Part 1.
You know, a lot of people have tweeted me that today, actually, saying, you know, who of the Hawthorn greats do you like the least? And I tell you what, it's a pretty hard. I mean, Don Scott. Do I like Don? No, never have. Gary Ayres. Platten. Remember John Platten?
Yeah.
What a clown.
Yes.
Lee Matthews, the biggest clown of them all.
Yes. Yes.
You know, when you look at them all, I mean, they really are a bunch of geese, aren't they? For Hawks.
They're underway. I love this shot here. It tells you absolutely nothing as we get the start of the second half of the Boot Part 1 underway. A magnificent bounce. Up it goes, and the Hawthorn team will have to lift here. But the Swans take
are
it away. Jenner almost gets another. Oh, he's paid incorrect disposal. Swans get first kick, first use of the ball in the second half of the Boot Part 1. Over to Sewell. Sewell now. They've got to get these isolated plays. That is not going to help. That's a great defending mark there from Smith.
Now, remember, they're heading towards the end of death here, HG, the Swans.
The end of uncertainty.
The end of uncertainty, yes.
Smith with a kick up towards the line, almost onto the top of the card table. Back flies.
Caught
Swans.
the ball. Caught the ball. No,
You'd
still
have to say
gets it
that was
away.
completely correct disposal. Out of bounds on the full. It'll be a
Josh
Hawthorn
Kennedy.
kick.
That was the Brownlow medalist. Oh, sorry, the
Norm Smith.
Norm Smith medalist. Kicked it down on the full.
I'm not ruling
Gonna
him
be
out for a
punished. I'm not
Brownlow.
ruling him out. He's got to do a little bit more in the second half, though, HG.
Well, he's got the Norm Smith. I mean, in the future, I'm not ruling him out as a Brownlow medalist.
No, okay.
And so there we see the scoreboard down in the left-hand corner,
Yeah.
and it's tremendous atmosphere here. That might have been Buddy kicking in, but he's in the
That's
wrong
a good
spot.
kick from Buddy.
I know. He's Buddy up the
taken
front.
by no one.
Here we go. Sammy Mitchell with a kick around the corner as he found somebody.
Yes, he has.
And taken out after he took the mark.
No, he was committed to the tackle, HG. Committed to the tackle. Nothing he could do. But already we're seeing this pattern of this end of opportunity that Hawthorn are running towards now.
And the man who's played an absolute shocking final series has the ball. Will the shocking final series continue?
You're talking about Roughhead?
I am. The original Roughhead. Let's not forget a tremendous.
Jeez, I'd have loved to have met the original Roughhead, after whom the name Roughhead is named.
Yes.
Came about.
You know, he, as we watch the kick,
Yeah.
He's missed that too.
He's missed that as well.
He's missed it. Oh,
missed
that's
it
terrible.
by miles.
And he cuts his hair short to
You
tone
accentuate
down
the head.
Yeah, that's right.
So we see more of the head. I'm not suggesting Roughhead's got a rough head.
No.
But the original Roughhead must have had an absolute bloody shocker.
Here's a pack forming. It comes off hands and out of bounds. That'll suit everybody. They can have a breather. The score remains really as it was at half time. 46 points, place 31. And
I wonder if it comes from the French, actually, whether it was rouge head to begin with.
Like
Rouge,
redhead.
Like a redhead.
yeah. Well, isn't head a different word in French?
I suppose it
Yeah.
is.
But that's for experts to talk about. I wonder if we get many tweets on that.
Yeah.
The origin of
The
roughing.
origin of Roughhead.
As Bamford comes in and bounces. God, the umpires have had a good hard look at themselves at half-time in the ribbon mirrors. And it comes away to Hawthorn. Take the ball. Player.
No, botted it. He botted the ball. Is that illegal anymore?
I used to be, back in the 80s, when Tuck was playing.
Tuck, he was a big ball botter. That's all he could do, that bloke.
Kick off the ground there, but the Hawthorn, Swans could have it.
Swans have overrun it. That's good. He's lost flexibility. He can't bend over anymore. He's got to run this out. Hello, ball.
He's given a kick to the skipper, Gastro boy.
Just for being a skipper.
Yeah, with the Gastro, that's a penalty for being crook. They fly hard. It comes off hands. O'Keefe at the fall of the ball.
O'Keefe did well.
He goes somewhere, sort of.
I know, that's
they
all
get
right.
numbers. They get Swans, specialise in getting numbers at the bottom of the ball. Sam Mitchell playing well, gets a handball away. A bit of a kick there from Sewell, but he's looking for the boundary line and taken over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Now, you recall actually last week it was the third quarter where Hawthorn applied what I call a full court press. They just overwhelmed Adelaide in that first 10 minutes.
Oh, he's got to be quicker than that, Sewell. And here, McVeigh.
Surely McVeigh has played well. McVeigh's been very solid.
And now McVeigh, centre-half back. He kicks the ball up. They might have a runner here in Jeddah. Is that Jeddah in front?
Yeah, Jeddah. There he goes.
He's there. He can find a runner on the inside. They found him back in the corridor.
Oh, he's done
now
well.
There's a chance for
hello.
Mumford.
Take your time, son.
Kennedy, but he's got a goal. Great goal there from Kennedy.
Well, that's more like it.
So they go on their way at the end of uncertainty. Don't tell me the wind swung around, Roy. And the end of uncertainty is
it might have swung around too, and it's quite capable of doing that here. You know, I was speaking to the great Bob Massey, the great West Australian swing bowler.
Yes.
And he said the way the wind can turn at the MCG is unbelievable.
Yes.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Could he use it in his swing bowling?
It's like the Fremantle Doctor coming in one end and then the Fremantle Doctor deciding to come in the other end. That's what he said to me, word for word. I had no reason to disagree with him, no reason to disbelieve him. You know, it's just one of those things when Bob goes on, you just nod and then walk away.
This is a great goal here. A classic sort of Sydney goal. They're right on top here as the start of the third term. On to Jack.
Too easy.
Jack on to Kennedy, the Norm Smith medalist. Back in the middle now. It's Hawthorn getting the ball away. Hawthorn
Beautifully cleared.
slow.
They've been clearing well today.
And now Cyril.
Cyril.
He's giving it to Buddy. Buddy buggered it up, Buddy. Oh, that's no good at all. They had a real chance there, but great defence there.
Oh, no, he stumbled.
He fell over. He likes doing that. He did that one
Lord,
last
it's a
week. Now
comedy of
Hawthorn have a
errors.
chance, and it's going to be a ball up. It's got to be a ball up. It's not going anywhere.
It's got to be a ball up.
Well, this is a shock. Everybody's so nervous here. Understandably, it's a grand final.
Yes.
Now, Bamford comes in, bounce the ball. Beautiful bounce in the forward pocket. A lot of Hawthorn go
Best
up.
bounce we've had all day.
Drew Opolo gets the ball away.
It'll be a ball up again. No one's going to be able to clear this out. No one's going to be able to clear this
He
out.
threw that forward, but the umpire lets it go. He dragged it in.
Oh, knee
down
in the
on
head.
bottom.
Knee in
Yes.
the head,
Drew
Bam.
Opolo's there. He's hanging on. I think he's going to rule. What is he going to rule
this.
it? That's excellent work there from
ball it up,
everybody
boys,
concerned.
ball
I
it
think
up.
by Bruce there at the bottom of the pack. I might have thought it was Diopolo. It's not Bruce. Look at the open forward line there. If the Swans get a kick away here, it'll be a race for Jeddah, who's in the wrong position for mine there. Too close to the goals, the opposition goals. Here
Now,
comes the
where's
kick
Jeddah?
out.
Wrong spot,
Oh, he's tapped it on now.
Oh, not
Slings.
him.
No, it comes back. Oh, he's holding him without the ball umpire. And he's holding, well, he held him and he's
We
got
had
the
the
ball.
opportunity to get rid of it. Yeah, no, it's going to be a penalty. Yes.
Yes, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
Swans get
It's
the
a
ball.
free. I tell you what, the other thing, HG, it's not the most common name in the world, Roughhead, is it?
No, it's not. I must confess, he's the only roughhead I
He's
know.
the only one I've ever heard of. What if he gave it the name himself?
Well, does that often happen in the modern
No,
era?
it doesn't.
As Mitchell almost takes the ball. Swans very good here in these stoppages. They've got plenty of work to do here, though. Oh, he threw it back the other way. Now they've got a chance to... Is that Burgoyne going for it there? Maybe it's not suited to be played in his conditions, if I can make sense of that word. O'Keefe comes away with the ball.
Oh, well done.
O'Keefe
Good
on to
clearance.
Kieran Jack. Great work there.
Oh, good work. Where's Goods?
Well, Goods.
No flexibility.
No.
Got to run it out.
Swans still have the ball, and the Hawks just can't get the ball as Morton kicks it up, but a bad kick.
Bad kick.
Now, this is the kick where you've got to stop him at half back. It comes away to the card table side of the ground with this kick here. He's got runners here, and now they need to settle it down. He should have somebody else on the break here, so he's got to go inside. He can come wider if he wants
to. They've got the corridor to themselves here, HG.
He's going to
Absolutely
run. Oh, he's got the other player there. Now, can he... Roughhead? No, Roughhead got the ball away. A very bad getaway and held up.
Good defence.
On to Lewis. Lewis at the bottom of that pack, and Heath Shaw. Oh, that's pretty charitable from the Bamford coming in there.
Yes. Yes, players giving themselves a name.
Well,
there might be something to that in the future.
Well, it's something that the AFL should look at.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Demetriou about it?
I have not. I know...
McVeigh with a clearance there, up onto the logo, the News Radio logo, a sort of a half a mark, but he couldn't hang on to it in the conditions. Bolton, we haven't called Bolton's name much today.
That's the first time today.
Away it comes now into the middle here. They've got
Here's Goods.
Goods there. Plenty of players there. Kennedy gets the ball again. Kennedy on to Reid. Oh, here's trouble.
Here we are.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Lewis Roberts-Thompson. Lewis Roberts-Thompson.
He was in this position in the first quarter, HG. Remember, he duffed it out to the left.
Yes, but he will have learned.
I don't think this bloke can learn.
Yes, you've got to set against him, haven't you?
He's been rubbish today. He has been rubbish. You won't mind me saying that.
Do you worry about a hyphen name in football?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there's not many of them, is there?
No, there aren't.
There's David Rhys-Jones from many years ago.
Yes. Well, I know Ralph Spluttering Arse in Lithgow. Now, that was a hyphenated name.
Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at the kick. I'll come back to Spluttering Arse in a minute. He's done very well off the boot.
He's got it!
Straight through the middle. Now, this is a serious challenge for the Hawthorn Hawks because the Swans are scoring at the end of uncertainty.
I know, unless the wind has turned around.
And obviously that will mean the Hawks have it in the last quarter. Come back to Spluttering Arse.
Well, yeah, look, he gave the name himself. Yeah, because I remember saying to him, how'd the name come about? Was your dad from the great Spluttering Arses from Ireland? Or, and he looked at me blankly. And he said, no, I've given the name myself. Mm-hmm. Quote, unquote. I've given the name myself.
Yeah.
From that I divined that he'd given the name to himself, by himself.
Yeah.
My follow-up question was, why? And he said, look. And showed me the...
Evidence.
Everything else. And, I mean, you don't need to use your imagination here. It wasn't a pretty sight, but he's a terrific footballer.
And the Swans get it away from the centre clearance again. Gibson taken high there, but I don't know why he's going to play on. But then Goodsy, of course, bottles the ball up.
Bottles the ball. As a professional should.
As a professional should. He held the ball onto the 50-metre arc.
Yeah. Now, maybe Roughhead has given himself that name.
Yeah, true. Wow. He's done very little today, Roughhead, really. It's hard to tell sometimes when you're calling the game, that you miss things. Yeah. But Sydney are taking this right up to the...
They've got the game by the throat.
Got the game by the throat. And Rain, as we see Canterbury take a mark. Yes, no, the Swans are coming unglued here.
Now, that was an opportunity to play on quickly rather than settle the play down.
Well, he could... With a pinch, he could go all the way with the wind.
No, well, we don't know much about the wind, do we?
No, that's just a pack of
Blew
players.
it away. There is wind there, HG.
Kennedy breaking, gets it onto O'Keefe snaps,
no.
And Gibson there, almost clean bowl, takes it back to Ellis, the goal scorer.
Almost.
He's got to get the ball away, to bottle up there. They can't get it, clear it. They just can't clear it out of here.
No.
He's Swans going forward again. They got it wider.
Good play. Look at the wind doing better that ball.
Here's Kennedy gets
Poster.
Kennedy a poster. That would have been a nail. Crucial point, though, Roy. 59 plays 31.
Could well be, HG. But I tell you, the wind is it's a hurricane at this end.
It's a hurricane. And
It's a hurricane.
what the Swans need now is rain, actually. That'd stop this game in its tracks.
It would. It would.
Kick out from Suckling.
Yeah, not a bad kick from Suckling.
He was going to call himself Spluttering Ass, just as well he didn't, because there's two of those at
The
football.
Sucklings, yes.
Just
Were they
the-
any
near
relation
enough.
to the Suckling pigs?
Well, we asked about this
Yeah.
earlier, and I think you got that right.
Yeah.
Rioli-
Why did they drop pig from the name there?
I tell you what, Rioli's done nothing.
No, well, we said this at half-time, actually. He's become the quiet man of the AFL.
He's now, here we go. Here,
A beard!
A beard with a ball. He's got runners on the far side if he wants them. He comes back in, boy. He
Okay.
finds
Up the middle, up the corridor.
O'Keefe by the looks there in the middle.
The Adelaide route. Too late
And-
for the Adelaide route. It's closed up.
Yes, well, that can happen when you're driving from Adelaide to Melbourne. And it's out to Mumford on the far side, I think.
yes,
It's a steadying mark there. They could just play keepings off for the next two quarters.
Could.
Quarter and a half. But a lot of the steam's gone out of this game. I'm not quite sure what I mean by that, but
McVeigh's been very solid.
very solid.
Very
Not as good as
solid.
Kennedy, but
No,
very
but solid.
Yeah,
nonetheless.
solid.
Don't go backwards, please, Mum.
If there was a second Norm Smith medal, you'd
Then
have to
go
give
to
it to
McVeigh.
McVeigh. Here's Gibson up, knocks it out of bounds. I'm not sure that that's helping their cause too much
No,
now.
it didn't. It was just frustration he did that. He just wanted to get involved, to do something, to be seen to be doing something.
The forwards, Rioli and Franklin,
the
can't
game's
get-
slowed down to a standstill,
It
really,
has.
hasn't it?
It has. You'd have to say Hawthorn are sleeping through this.
Yes.
Mumford,
knocked
Roughhead knocks him out the way.
away.
Oh, he's paid.
He's paid it. No, it wasn't fair. No, get used to it, son. Get used to it. You bumped him out of the way.
It was badly in the back. Mumford with the free ruck infringement.
Yeah. Mumford's been good.
And they've won at the rucks, really. They've run the stoppages. They played it on their terms.
Yes, they have.
They're playing it stoppage for stoppage. And
They're
winning.
writing the script as we speak. aren't
Writing
they?
the
They're
script.
writing the script.
So the only thing that could happen here is a few more busted Swans arses.
Injuries, yes.
Yeah,
that's
would bring
the
it back
only
in.
thing. They've just got to stick to their game plan, actually, because whatever they're doing is certainly working for them. Doing the little things and doing the little things well. And stopping
McVeigh with
Hawthorn from getting the ball out.
Mate, they're good at the stoppages here. They just bottle it up. They get numbers at the ball, and none of the Hawks can get away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bolton putting him when it's all over.
Yeah.
Typical of Bolton.
That's Bolton.
Bamford
That's his
with the
style,
ball.
isn't it?
Yeah, arriving late, adding to the damage.
Yeah.
And Roughhead.
Roughhead.
Wait goes. I think that was Burgoyne got a kick then.
Well, that's the third time you've mentioned Burgoyne, HG.
Now they've got a bit of space here, and they might be able to get isolation on the front half here, but it's going to beat them over the line and out of bounds.
Yes.
And that was sadly Young had to do a bit better there, I think.
Yeah, now Longmire looks good. He looks relaxed, doesn't he?
He looks very relaxed.
Very
got the
relaxed.
fingers up, though. I like that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
here comes Hale into the ruck against Mumford. And there's a chance here for the... Oh, hang on. What's happened here? I didn't quite get this. No, it must be a Hawthorn kick.
It is a Hawthorn kick.
Now,
Is Buddy going to take it?
all we need is consistency. I'm not quite sure why. Hale's obviously got the ball.
Hale's got it.
I'm not quite
Well,
sure
what happened to Hale?
Well, I'd love to see it on replay. There's plenty of time for a replay here. Roy,
The Hales. Do you think they were named after a whitish block of
There.
ice, HG? That
I think he's
came
not-
out of the sky.
I think a slightly different spelling, but I take your point. Would have lost a bit in coming from Norwegian into English,
Yeah.
where they spell Hale, H-A-L-E.
I suppose so. Or
He's
is it
got it-
part of Hale and Hardy? Always.
Oh, he might have pulled that back. Has he,
He
pulled that
has.
back? Yeah, so...
Well, this is the easy scoring in there, running to.
yeah,
They're
well,
the ones that should be scoring.
so it's back to a 20-point
Oh,
game.
the hailstorm. Obviously they understand the original derivation of the word.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
The hailstorm.
Right, did he knock the storm off his name some time ago
Well, I'm not sure.
in this generation?
I can't help you there.
Fascinating.
I mean, where do words come from? That's the interesting thing.
We'll be back with this second half of the third quarter in just a moment.
ABC News Radio.
Festival of the Boot 2012, Part 1.
Mitt Romney, Joe Biden, and Newt Gingrich all love a big bang at birds on the Festival of the Boot on ABC News Radio.
Yes, we're back, and the ball hacked out of the centre, still in the centre, really. I just saw a leg going towards the ball, and so I decided it was hacked, but they bottled it up there, and so I think it'll be a rock and reload.
I tell you what we haven't seen too much of, HM. We might see a little bit of there, and that is there's been no fighting.
No.
There's been no fighting. I mean, I've never known a grand final where there hasn't been a bit of a punch-up.
No, true. Well, they haven't.
What's
No
happened to the
need.
traditional softening
Oh,
up
look,
period?
that's very easy. Hannabury at centre half back takes a mark. Sydney Swans go into attack now. Goods running out wide, takes a lovely mark. with-
He's running better now. He's run that out. He's run
That
that out.
busted
That
ass.
knee injury he had a little bit earlier on.
Yeah.
That's been completely run out.
Josh Gibson hasn't played
Yeah.
well at all on Goods.
Well, in all fairness, Goodsy still wanted to look as if he was going to start in a fray earlier, remember?
Oh, there's a
that's
mark.
a good mark.
Reed taking a mark on the 50-metre arc. Very slow motion game all of a sudden.
Well, they've slowed it down, the Swans. They've deliberately slowed it down because this is a difficult end to score at.
They're retaining possession. Look at the
Yeah.
pack forward 50, though. There's excellent pictures
now look
there.
at what the wind is going to do to this ball, HG.
They're gonna
Take
get
it out to the right.
They're probably going to get a ball up here. Oh, no, they're going to
No.
fuse it. That's good pack.
Easily
Oh,
cleared.
now.
Corridor. The corridor's free.
Yes, this is where they need to watch it. Have they got a player on the end of this?
They do. Buddy
Yes,
Franklin.
Buddy Franklin.
But
Now,
51 metres out, HG. He's got to
oh,
go quickly.
what's he done here? Has he got that?
He has.
Yes. Hawthorn back in it.
Back in it.
Slightly. There's still a long way to go.
No. Well, there are 2 unanswered goals.
Do you reckon?
2 unanswered goals.
Do you reckon they could get the next 3?
Yes.
Yes. So that'd make it.
Yeah. Because
Well,
they've got the wind. They've
Now-
got the wind in their sails. It's
So-
all uphill for the Swans. All
Right.
uphill this quarter.
So the score at the moment is, it looks like about 5 goals. I can't do the maths quickly enough, but 59 points plays 43.
Yeah.
We just seem to have it all registered in behind, and I can't do the maths quick enough. Look, Buddy often in the past has passed off there, but because no one was in front of him,
Yeah,
he's
he could
kicked it
afford
all.
just to kick
he
the
could-
50
blows
odd
away.
metres, yeah.
That's of course, and that's a very good
That
goal.
was smart thinking.
Yes, we're back in the middle now, and it's out of the middle. They lifted a little bit here. They put Burgoyne, I think, in the middle.
Burgoyne's in the middle now.
That may be a slight change, and there's a great tool-on-tool
that's what we love
shot.
seeing.
Tool-on-tool shot, that's fantastic. And there's the Norm Smith medalist there, Kennedy. It's bounced again. Roughhead doing the ruck, tapped away, ball off hands, slightly favouring the Swans. In dive the Hawks. The Hawks, no one can get a clean possession, really. Now it's come back. It's gone over the top. And Hodge, who's been a little bit quiet this quarter.
Quiet? Bolton's the one that's been quiet. We heard Bolton out here today.
Here we come now. The Hawthorn Hawks. This is the kick they need to work with. Has Buddy got it, or is it out of bounds on the full? Out of bounds on the full.
Take it back.
So Richards gets a kick here, and Buddy has to DQ.
There's the Prime Minister issue with the bloke picking his nose.
Sandwich between chairman of the AFL, Mike Fitzpatrick, and Andrew Dimitriou. Yes, that's right. So the Swans kicking the ball up there. She's a mad Bulldogs fan.
I know. She
Now-
didn't want to come today.
Didn't she?
Hates
'Cause
both teams.
Yeah, didn't.
Hates
the
the
Dogs.
culture.
Now, here's a kick. This is the one that they want to go out, but it can't go out. So now the Hawthorn team have the ball. They're going back, so
too
that's
easy.
a good
Now
kick.
the Swans
Now, what's
have
their
lost
kick
their
here on
intensity.
I don't know quite what's going on here. They've certainly found players in the middle. That
Well,
was
they're
a clever
going
kick.
through the corridor, actually. Too
Jeepers,
easily.
creepers. This is worrying.
This
So
is
we see
very easy
Birchall.
work.
Birchall has he got a runner? Yes,
Buddy
at last,
Franklin
Buddy
again.
Franklin. I think they're trying to stretch Richards
Yes.
because they know he's got a busted ass.
Yep. It's all
Buddy,
too easy
he's
at the moment.
kicking.
No, he's kicking
missed.
well.
He's missed it. 1 point. So 44 plays 59. Hawks still in it. 7 minutes in the quarter remaining.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
6-8
but
plays 9-5.
Shifting Burgoyne, HG, has changed this game around completely.
They seem to be stopping it. This kick here, Reece Shaw's nowhere near as confident as he was a while ago.
No.
It mightn't have been Reece Shaw kick. It was just a battle of the beards. A ball off hands. And so it's back inside the forward 50. They've got a run here. A great tap there.
are
Can he make this work? No, it's kicked out of bounds. That'll do the Hawks, I think, on this occasion.
Thank
The 22
God for the
Bruce.
Swans. That beard got in the way.
Yes, that beard. Isn't it weird how when they're bearded, that's
Yep.
lovely play there, I think, from Hale on to Bruce. Here it comes. Ruck contest. Could have been an infringement in the ruck contest. O'Keefe.
Well done.
Now, O'Keefe still again.
Get rid
now.
of it.
He does so. Back it comes onto the half. He's tapped.
Brilliant
Can
work.
Sewell make? Yes, he got the ball away. Onto Mitchell. Onto Suckling. Suckling goes for home. Can he bring it
Suckling
around?
good.
He's brought
Yes,
it around.
that's a goal.
Touched
No,
on the
touched.
line. Touched on the
I
line.
thought it was touched over the line. Can we have a look? Can we go upstairs, HG?
I'd love to go upstairs.
Can we go upstairs?
Who is upstairs looking at this?
Well, didn't we say it was Margaret Pomerantz?
And David Stratton from ABC at the movies, or in the movies. Isn't it a great show?
Yeah, the movie show. Isn't that a great little show?
The Hawks have lifted, though. They're starting to get the ball a lot more. That's wonderful play there, but sadly, Bolton gets in the road.
Bolton at last. First time mentioned it.
Bolton
Well,
at
second
last,
time.
and then pushed over there, flattened
One
it.
in the back. Marching 50, please.
And that might be Morton, I think, with the ball there. Hard to tell from that picture. I don't know quite what
In
anybody
relation
gets
to
out of
Tex
it.
Morton, I suppose he is.
They would be, yes.
All those Mortons are
Very similar,
Very
yes.
close family.
Tried to get it to Reed. Reed grabs it in. Jordan Lewis passes it on to Suckling. Suckling's going to get pushed out of the bounce. I don't like that when a player pushes another player
I
out
like the
that.
dance.
Do you?
Canadian
But surely,
three-step over the line.
But surely it should be a penalty to the person who's doing the pushing.
Why?
I don't know. I just made that up as an
Okay.
idea. Talking point.
Fair
I'll be
enough.
I'll be addressing the Ron Barassi lecture next year about it.
Now, look at this. Yes!
Oh, Mumford, no.
Oh, I'd pay that.
Yes, I'd pay that for
I'd
effort.
pay that.
Oh,
I'd pay that. Oh, that's cheating. Oh, no.
Oh, here's a chance, though. A kick from Bird.
No,
No,
it's going the
stripped
wrong
and
way.
taken the wind by the wind and out of bounds on the
Oh,
full.
that Mumford. Why? How much was he paid to ignore that?
I don't know.
Not
do you
enough.
Think, not enough. Do you think the umpires are paid off these days, Roy?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a professional game,
Of course
isn't
it is. I mean, each coach will meet with the umpires and say,
Yeah,
well, how much
Roughhead took a mark. Now, has he got anybody he can kick it to? He's found somebody up there, but look at this. They're all there.
Roughhead, no.
That's-
Franklin.
Now they've got a chance. Buddy,
Franklin,
back
very
it goes.
cool.
He might have a runner. Now they've got a chance.
Too easy.
Yes. Now, who's this with the ball, though?
Too easy.
Is it
It's not Hale, is it?
Gunston, is it? Gunston with the
Gunston
ball, I
again.
think. I might be wrong about this. I've been wrong before.
Okay.
So that's the Hawks are working harder now.
They are.
If they got this, they'd be right back in it, wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
Yep.
We set up for a beauty last quarter. It is
well,
Gunston.
remember I said to you, wire.
Wire, yeah, true.
Yeah,
You saw a
look
bit of
at
wire
that.
earlier. Yeah, I missed that. You know, I took it on board.
Yeah.
But I didn't believe you.
But you ruled it out of hand.
He's
That's
got it. There's a kick. This is the boot. Part one, and it's right alive.
A, B, C. News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 1.
Those funny tweet freaks, Rebecca Brooks, Andy Colston and David Cameron, are catching this call of the Festival of the Boot on ABC News Radio.
Yes, welcome back. It's tightening up, Roy.
Yeah, it is.
The S-bend is approaching of
Yep.
three-quarter time.
Yep.
This one could go right down to the wire beyond the S-bend.
It certainly could.
And have they activated the sub? I think they. Well, this is a bit hard to know. There's the Swans sub. I don't quite know how that worked.
Yeah.
I think
Not
they might
sure
have
either.
activated the sub,
Okay, very
and
important here for the Swans to get a clearance.
they have to get a clearance. And they might have a clearance
They
here.
have
They
got a
have got
clearance.
Jeddah, who's been very quiet since an electrifying second quarter. Away it goes, a little bit of a jink there, but it comes back to the Swans. The Swans get it wide, but it's back to a Hawthorn player. Here's Rioli. I think they've got to put Rioli on the ball. Oh, Lord. That was terrible there from Young, but he gets the kick away, and
That's right.
hopefully that's held the mark. That's Bruce.
No,
oh,
interfered with the beard, got in the way.
Back it goes to Gunston. Gunston, there might be a free here to Young. He was held.
Held off the ball.
Yeah, but then they see that tactics there, Roy.
Yep.
They're able to set
Yep.
the back line much more precisely.
Nice slowing
Oh,
it down.
buddy.
Franklin's been dominating in this quarter, HG. And
He's
that's a
turned.
great
He's
kick.
got a kick here.
That's
Can he
an
make
amazing
that?
Kick.
He's made that.
made
What
that.
a kick from outside the 50. And now the Hawks are 2 points behind. And there's still 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 1.
A brilliant goal there,
That was
Roy.
an extraordinary goal.
A
HG.
team-lifting goal.
Yeah, 55, 56 metre goal.
Isn't it a tidal, this match?
It
Goes
is.
in
I-
one
I-
way, then the other way.
Yep,
And,
surging. surging.
Who's got the strength? Have the busted asses got a chance to come back?
Well,
Or do you think this is because the busted asses are starting to hurt, Roy?
the Busters might be starting to hurt HG, but I think I'd be happy to be running the way the Swans are going to be running in the fourth quarter.
Fair enough. Look at the kick here. Outside the 50. An incredible
That is an
kick.
incredible kick.
That is, and we're back restarted here. Sewell, they're all starting to lift. Rioli gets the ball away. On to Mitchell. Mitchell with a bit of space. Out wide and more space here. Here's
This'll
the kick.
lift 'em. This'll
Gunston,
lift 'em.
if that's a kick, that's another kick.
That's
They're
a
in
great
front.
kick.
The Hawks are in front. I didn't quite get the player, but I think it's either Gunston or Bruce who got that.
That's
A brilliant goal.
extraordinary
Another team-lifting goal. What an amazing few minutes of
This
football
is a
here.
turnaround, HG, and as we speak, the wind has lifted.
Has it?
The wind is assisting Hawthorn at this stage. The wind is with them at the moment.
So in the last quarter, remember, the Swans are going with the wind.
They're going with the wind,
On
actually.
the
So
boot
the
part
championship quarter may well be the fourth quarter.
It's a great match, though, isn't
It is
it?
a
I'd sort of
fantastic
drifted
match.
out of it earlier.
I
in
know
the
you had. You
I'm back right in it.
You lost your faith, brother.
I did lose my faith. We think it's 8-9, 59, plays, 9-9, 63, plays 9-5, and I can't do the maths, 59.
59, that's right.
So the Hawks going into three-quarter time,
Yeah.
just slightly in front, but there's plenty of time in this quarter if
And
possible.
the momentum's
Here they
with
go
them
again.
They're
Lewis.
just going through the corridor so easily.
And
McVeigh.
McVeigh defuses this thing, but the Hawks look as though they might be able to running back with the ball.
Yep.
And has he given 50? No, he hasn't.
that was a left
That's
tap.
Suckling.
It was a love tap.
That's Suckling
That's
Pig out there.
Suckling Pig.
He's going out wide. Can he find a mark there? No, it's over the top. So now the runners have to come. It's defused. It's bottled up. That's Rioli. Rioli pinched it. He's got it under Buddy, has he? It's going out wide. I think it's carried over the boundary line.
Over the bound.
They're dominating at the stoppages now,
They
really,
are.
the Hawthorn
They are.
Hawks.
They're working a lot harder, HG.
Where the breakdown is, he's almost pinched that. Good
Yeah.
work there from Richards, I think, to bottle him up. Here go the Swans. This is their forte at numbers at the stoppage. O'Keefe there, bottled up and strangled. It's a 4-point game with 3 minutes in the third quarter.
Yep. Can I
Roy.
just point out, HG, Miss Marple tonight on ABC One at
Yes.
9:30.
Another mystery?
Generating a lot of talk, yes.
Are they
One of the
tweeting?
Agatha Christie series of them.
Is that right? And is Miss Marple a character that talks to you, Roy?
Not so much me, but a lot of people love it. A lot of football fans love it.
I
It's
tell
a
you what I'm
football
enjoying,
fan show,
and
yeah.
football fans would enjoy it, is Scott and Bailey or Bailey and Scott
Well,
on.
you mentioned this,
yes,
yeah.
Friday nights
What
about
about
8:30.
Hustle, HG, on ABC One?
No, hate it.
9:05.
They've got the ball. The Hawthorn have the ball. He had time to get rid of it, and he has to throw it away. And I think he's paid. He had time, and great tackle there from McVeigh. And he's given a 50.
Give it a 50. About bloody time, ref. Been at it all day.
He has.
Now, if they
but
can convert
consistency.
this into points, HG, I tell you, the psychological import of going in ahead at the end of three
How
quarter
crucial
time.
is this goal in the
Crucial.
context?
This is, in the context of the game, this is the most crucial kick this bloke will ever kick in his life.
Can I ask? It was a bit sort of, well, yeah, I suppose he's got to throw it back to him.
Yeah.
And now, of course, he's got a chance here. Mitchell ruefully looks at the crowd,
Yeah.
wondering where he's gone wrong.
Now, he's kicking against the window. She's going to be some bloody kick.
Where is he? He's just, he's a long way
he's
in.
a mile
There-
away.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just tap it and run all the way in? Oh, he is.
Oh, here we go.
He's looking good off the... Nah, it's pulling.
No, it's all right. That's a goal.
That's a goal.
Swans back in front with 2 minutes 40 left. So it's 63, plays 65. And a very timely...
Oh, that is a timely goal, actually. And against
That's
the
a
trend,
goal.
against the tide.
Against the
Shooting
tide.
against the tide. Now, they're going to have... It's going to be a lot better being slightly ahead the three-quarter time in the dressing room.
And that was...
I can work on that.
That was against-
Boys, you're a couple of points up, but don't get complacent.
Yeah, that's right. Complacency.
Complacency, that's your
problem.
enemy from here.
Yeah, Horse will be right on
Horse
that.
will be right up on them on that.
And that was against the run of play.
Totally against
and
the
a
runaway.
silly
And
infringement.
against the wind.
Yeah, against the wind. Yeah, cool.
Against the movement of the world.
Against
of the
the-
world. Against the movement of the planets.
Against the history of football.
Yeah.
So McVeigh gets a timely goal, a crucial goal.
Yeah.
Probably as crucial as the first goal they ever got.
Yeah.
And Clarkson knows
It's crucial kicks. That's the most important kickings of his life.
they can't drop their heads though.
No.
Here's Burgoyne.
There's no talk of heads dropping, is
No,
there?
not yet. And complacency. Here he goes, Suckling on the far side. He waits for a runner to try and get free. And he's paid it downfield, has he? Oh, no, he paid it there. Oh, he's very lucky.
Oh, why? What
He's
happened
very
there?
lucky. He
Was
pushed
that
him over.
Goods pushing someone?
No, they're all
Nobody
confused.
knows.
Let's have a look there. I'd say
Oh,
pushed him in the
push in
back
the
up.
back.
And he's very lucky he didn't get that downfield.
That was just Jeddah just being Jeddah.
Yep, that's right.
It's a grand final, for God's sake.
Don't know what's happened here. Oh, he's going to
Take
have
it
to
back.
go.
Have
Oh,
another go.
Lord.
Have another go. Have another go.
I hate it when the Bamfords inject themselves into the game.
Yeah. Now, there's In the Night Garden, HG, on ABC 2. That's a show that's generating a lot of...
Now, here's a kick, a big kick. Can somebody take a grab here? Oh!
Almost.
I almost did. Now, a point.
That's a
So
point.
it's going to be a throw-in. Is that right? Throw-in here?
We're going to throw in here, HG, and 1 point in it. 1 point in it! Wow.
No. They didn't get a point
Oh,
for
they
that.
didn't. Oh, okay. Just as well.
So, here they go. Roughhead.
Oh, roughhead.
Point. Poster. So now it's a point in it. 64 plays 65.
Yeah.
But that's good enough, I reckon. There's 2 minutes and there's plenty of time enough if good enough.
Yeah, but they've got the bragging rights. Oh, there's still 2 minutes to go. Is it still capable, HG, of 9-10 versus 10-5?
19 scoring shots, plays 15 scoring shots. Here's Goods trying to get a mark, but the Hawthorn team raffle
Well, I
it.
tell you, Goods pulled out of that contest completely.
Virgil comes into the centre. Away it comes now.
They're
to
just setting
Hawthorn.
themselves. Who's leading?
That's
There's Roughhead. There's
Show
Roughhead.
and Maker.
No, Franklin, sorry.
Franklin, yeah. Now Roughhead will be filling the hole behind. Up they go. It comes off hands. Has it gone to Lewis? Lewis sort of flicked it on to Duopolo. Duopolo tries to break through. Incorrect disposal for mine. Mumford with the ball. He's tapping it away. It's dragged in. No, it's going to be a ball up. Is it?
Ball up, yeah. Of course
Now,
it's going to be a ball up.
what were you talking about there? A terrific show it sounded like. That's great play there.
That's in the night garden, nature. Look, I haven't seen it myself, but a lot of people have been, well, in fact, I haven't.
Are you
seen
getting
anyone
tweets
talking
about
it, but I have had a couple of tweets, yeah.
And that's a
saying,
point.
Could we
I know,
talk
so-
about it?
Right.
Short answer is no, because we haven't seen it. But we're quite happy to talk about fourth corners. Or...
Ball up in the forward pocket, Hawthorn end. 1 minute 23 to go. A goal here would be an absolute tonic for the Hawks, and they might have a chance
here.
Now, they decided to go into the corridor. I'm not sure that's the best thing to do, but can they get a runner on the far
They've been
side?
masters of the corridor.
Here he comes
Where's
back
Buddy?
in. That's Lewis Roberts-Thompson.
Hey, the first thing he's done that's made him look halfway professional, as if he's trained and practiced at this particular sport.
Do you worry about his haircut?
Well,
handball on the back. Oh, that's pretty brave, but obviously do a much better kick in the former Malchevsky. But Malchevsky only finds Roughhead.
Yes.
Roughhead, has he got a runner on here? No, he hasn't. The ball comes free. Jordan Lewis has found Buddy. Buddy gets it on. It's
smothered.
It's beautifully smothered by McVeigh. McVeigh's
Pick
had
it
a
up,
great
son.
game. Oh,
hang on.
I don't know what's he done here.
He's pulled something. He's pulled a hammy.
I know he's given a free earlier, I think, to McVeigh. I'm not sure just for being McVeigh.
It looked to me like the start of osteitis pubis.
Had set in on the Hawk.
Yes. No, it's hitting on the Swan.
Oh, the Swan. Here we go. The kick right up there looking for Goods. Comes down.
Yeah,
Goods
Goods
get it. Goods tapped away. Now back to a Hawthorn player. Way goes a kick up there by...
this is more like it. Buddy, I think that's a mark. I play that as a mark. No, play on. Oh.
Back to Buddy. Way it goes his tap around. Very hard to call this because...
It's moving
now hang on.
Yes.
Quarter. Is that three-quarter time?
That's three-quarter
Let's
time.
have a look at this mark
I'd have
again.
played that as a mark.
No, they've been paying consistency.
Yeah.
And so at three-quarter time, it's a great quarter. The Swans got away. They looked as though they had it home and hosed. They were going towards the end of uncertainty. And then the Hawks clawed their way back into it. And at three-quarter time, it's 9-10-64. Hawthorn, 10-5-65. Sydney Swans.
The new pioneers of common sense. Campbell Newman, Ted Baillieu and Barry O'Farrell love shooting, love football and loved ABC News Radio.
And right now on ABC News Radio, we'll take a quick update before you take you back to the MCG for the fourth quarter. Let's get some headlines to Libya. And a DFAT security officer is travelling to Libya to protect consular staff who are assisting a stranded Australian aid worker. With the details, Jessica Kidd reports.
Alexandra Bean is a witness in an investigation into allegations of sexual assault against Libya's Deputy Health Minister. Police won't let Ms Bean leave the country until she signs a statement written in Arabic, but the 31-year-old's refusing to sign. A senior Australian consular official based in Cairo arrived in Libya earlier today. A security officer and an Arabic-speaking female officer are also on their way to the country. A spokeswoman for the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade says a security officer's needed, given the ongoing Libyan conflict and the recent deaths of US diplomats in Benghazi. Ms Bean's family have been in contact with her and say her spirits have lifted following meetings with Australian and British officials.
Another group of Sri Lankan asylum seekers has asked to be sent home rather than risk Australia sending them to an offshore processing facility. Sarah Hawke reports.
The Immigration Minister Chris Bowen says the group of 28 consists of men who arrived both before and after the new processing arrangements for Nauru and Manus Island were announced in August. He says the men have come from detention centres on Nauru and Christmas Island, as well as mainland facilities including Villawood and Northam. The men are on a flight to Colombo that departed Christmas Island this morning. Meanwhile, the Department of Immigration has confirmed that 52 boats and nearly 3,200 passengers have been intercepted since the new processing arrangements came into force. 150 asylum seekers have now been taken to Nauru under the new policy.
The Australian company which exported sheep that were brutally slaughtered in Pakistan says the remaining animals are being well cared for. Wellard exported 21,000 sheep to Bahrain, but they were rejected over claims of infection. The sheep were then sent on to Karachi, where they were again deemed to be infected. Almost half were slaughtered before the owners, PK Livestock, obtained a court order halting the cull. The matter is now before the Sindh High Court, which has ordered independent tests to be carried out on the animals. Briefly to sport, to the NRL, the Melbourne Storm have held their final training session ahead of tomorrow's grand final against the Bulldogs at Sydney's Olympic Stadium. The club says it doesn't expect any late changes to the starting 17. Rookie back Mahi Fanua has been named on an extended bench to cover for any late withdrawals. Star fullback Billy Slater also trained with the side after recovering from the flu. Just quickly, temperatures around the country: 23 degrees right now in Brisbane, 20 in Sydney, 8 degrees in Canberra, 6 degrees in Hobart. In Melbourne for the grand final, currently 11 degrees, Adelaide 11 degrees, 20 degrees in Perth and 32 degrees in Darwin. We take you back now to Festival of the Boot, the final quarter from the MCG. At the moment, it's the Swans by a point, HG.
Yes, thanks very much, Scott. And just give you a few stats here to bamboozle you. Disposals almost equal. 254 plays 245 in the Hawks' favour. Kicks 145 each. The handballs 109 to 100 with the Hawks in front there. Marks 48 to 53. Swans in front. 55 to 88. Swans doing all the tackling as you'd expect. And in the inside 50s, it's all Hawks though. 47 to 34. So it's quite a big number in front in terms of inside 50s. Obviously, rebound 50s the other way. Hawthorn very good at Hawks, Swans, I'll get it right in a minute, very good at rebounding out of the, the Hawthorn 50. Roy, your thoughts as we come into the final quarter of football in the AFL in 2012?
Yeah, all right. Well, I think, running a line through what we've seen today, HG, you'd have to think the Swans are going to do this in a canter coming into the fourth quarter. I mean, let's face it, the Hawthorn threw everything they had at them in that third quarter and is still a point behind.
Yes.
Now, the Swans have been the masters of the weather today, masters of the circumstance. I think they've been the more professional of the two outfits. Now, Sword has just not emailed, actually. I mean, I'm sure there are emails, but tweeted, can you talk about beards? No, we're not going to talk about beards today. If a beard should pop up in the call, then I think it's fair enough to refer to a beard.
Having said that, Buddy's beard, are you interested in that, Roy, or do you think he needs to be a bit more growth before you get?
No, I don't think it's a beard.
Adam Goods, you see, there's a beard.
That's a beard. Well, Buddy's not a beard. That's just growth.
We went from beard to beard.
That's designer stubble.
Right, fair enough.
That's not a beard.
Sewell, when okay in the first bit, not so good in the second and third bit.
Yes.
On the other hand, Bolton needs to really lift.
Well, Bolton, he's been wearing the vanishing cream, hasn't he? He hasn't been there. Has he touched the ball once?
I think they've still got to play their substitute, as we call it in Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah.
64 plays 65, the final quarter.
In terms of history, HG, this is the first time ever there's been 1 point margin at three-quarter time.
Is that right?
Final.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is right.
Okay, we're
first
underway.
Time ever. This is history.
This is history in the making.
History in the making. Now, the Swans have got to get clearance here. Got to get clearance.
Terrible throw there, but doesn't matter. Kennedy gets it away there, and away it comes now. So Hawthorn pick up the ball. A good little handball there away, and plenty of Hawks here. Hawthorn, good space there. Can he get a kick away? The Hawthorn player, he can, but it's sadly, Jordan Lewis falls over at exactly the wrong time. I'm not sure that Jordan Lewis is completely
take charge. And there was a beard.
Yes, there certainly was.
Involved.
Now.
That's out in the full, I think, isn't it?
No.
Oh dear.
Playing close to the line, that's Hodge there. Gastro boy, but a bad kick straight to the 34 for the Swans, which is Johnson.
The Swans have taken. Bad choice there. Bad choice from the Swans. They're lucky to be back in to be close.
Here's trouble. Here's Rioli.
Rioli's going to break here.
And there's plenty of space here. And the Hawks get the first final of the quarter, and that's Bruce, a goal-scoring machine throughout the season, and now the Hawks are in front. An omen, Roy?
It is an omen, AC, but you might recall at the beginning of the third quarter, it was the Swans that scored twice.
Yes.
2 unanswered goals before Hawthorn took stock and started to read the situation properly. Ditto here, I think, for the Swans. They're not out of it yet.
Yes.
I'm not writing them off yet.
No, I'm not either.
Because I believe in the Bloods culture.
The Bloods culture.
Bloods. We haven't discussed the Bloods.
No, we certainly haven't. And
we haven't, have we?
You know,
how important blood is to the Swans.
Yes, true.
You know, that business of sharing blood, pricking your finger and...
Oh, do they do
your
all of
finger-
that?
Yeah.
As we watch in replay, Cyril gets a bit of space here. He gets the ball over. This is obviously replay. And here's Bruce. Bruce goes all the way. Back in the middle and the restart. And again, the Swans look as though they're going to be clearing away. But great takedown there. Burgoyne. He gets it on.
Easy.
Here's Hale, I think, was the kick. Can they make it? 23, Buddy. 25, I think,
He's
is
kept it in
Richards.
brilliantly.
And hoping the little bloke would come up Duopolo, but sadly nothing there. Plenty of time, though, for both sides. No need for panicking yet, I don't think.
I don't think we're seeing any signs of panic, are we?
Look, as you know, Roy,
Yeah.
wait till we get this out of the road. We come to the next stoppage. It looks like Hawks got a kick away there, and that's not a goal, is it?
It is a goal.
Hale snapped it out of a pack. Oh, that's a dangerous goal. A dangerous kick. The Hawthorn Hawks now 11 points in the lead, Roy.
Points in the lead, but again, actually, I wouldn't panic yet if I was a Swan.
Yes.
We've just got to get the clearance from the start. They've got to believe in the blood culture.
Yes. Do you reckon they should get out there next time and maybe pull a pin out of a sock or the boot and just prick their fingers and join all their hands in a blood oath?
Yes.
And that'd help
Well,
them.
that is part of the blood culture, actually.
Yeah.
I'm given to understand that they'll, give a pint of blood into a bucket.
Yes.
And they'll mix it all up.
Yes, each.
And then they'll drink it.
Have you seen them do that? Or you
I
just-
haven't seen them do that, but I've heard of it.
Right. And do people think this helps with football?
Well, they're in the grand final.
Yeah, true. Can't argue with that, Roy.
Can't argue with that.
Hale, the biggest man out there, and we see it restart. Kennedy gets the ball away, but sadly...
Nope,
Cyril,
they cannot
Cyril, they can't get it clear. Sewell and Cyril going at it. Now on to Mitchell.
They
Mitchell
cannot
gets the
clear it.
first clearance of this particular passage of play. Over it comes. Buddy held. They've got the ball. Buddy with the ball. Can he get rid of it? He can't. He taps it on. Oh, clever play there. Jordan Lewis, the bloke who always falls over, onto Sewell. Sewell kicks it up onto the forward line. Swans mark in the forward half.
Yeah. Now, Swans have got to get a bit of possession here, HG. They've just been blitzed out of it.
This is Johnson, who's played quite okay. He gets the mark onto Bird, I think.
A good kick.
On just in front of the card table here.
a good
Bird flew high for the Swans. And
I don't know if that's ever been said before.
no, I tried to invent something, add something, leave something with the culture, Roy. That's
Yeah,
what I was
good.
trying to do.
Good.
And now there's a kick, and they might have a chance here. Can they knock this down? No, stay on your feet.
Dropped by the beard.
Rioli coming from a good spot there. Can Duopolo get the ball away? No, here it comes here. It's bounced out. That was a lucky bit. And away it comes now. They get it further wide there. Great running there from the 21. Buddy leaves it go. He's got to turn around. Goods going back. But it's not Goods at all. It's Malchevsky going back for it. And then he gets back to a player in a difficult possession. They follow him out. Hanbury gets the ball away. He's caught on
he's
it.
done
Goes.
well.
Oh, no. It's almost right, but it's come unglued, hasn't it? Oh,
tried to get
Swans
it to
looking
Jenner.
very tired there in that play there as Mike Pike bends over. And
Stupid play from the Swans.
Lewis Roberts Thompson's got it.
wow.
Oh, there's got to be a free, surely.
Yes, they've got it. I
Yeah,
think.
it's
I think
gotta
it's
be a
been
free.
paid.
You
It's gotta
can't
be.
do that.
You can't do that. Well, even if it is Robert Thompson, he just earned it.
Ronnie Bamford won't stand for that. But they've got a chance to stop the Swans' run, though. Sorry, the Hawks' run
That's
here,
what
though.
they've got to do. Stop the momentum, HG.
Yeah,
Doesn't
so
matter how
the
they do it.
momentum's completely stopped.
Well, it is when everyone's standing around.
Yeah,
You've got the same
and that
thing
looks
over.
good, though.
Yeah.
As the Hawthorns get the play underway again. They kick it up right into the 50. Oh, it's off the back of the pack, is it? No, it's not quite. Here comes somebody bursting through, taken very
Taken
high.
high.
Wow, yes, he's paid it. Buddy's been taken high, and now he's got a very kickable shot at goal.
Oh, I didn't think it was that high, HG. I didn't think it was that high. I mean, it was just around the nose.
Yeah, I thought it was an
Is that
attractive
considered
head
high around the nose?
Let's
I
have a
suppose
look in
it is.
replay. Oh,
I think
what's that player doing? No, you do that when the umpire's back's not turned.
Yeah.
Now, Roy. Well,
I think Buddy played for that. I mean, that's a bit of
I'd
showboat.
go back tonight and have a look at it on YouTube. Now, listen.
What's going through his mind?
Yes, what's going through
Not
his
much,
mind?
I don't think, actually. Not much. He's very much in the moment. He's not a thinking player.
No.
He's a player of action.
True.
He's
going to
capable
kick it
of
into the
spraying it anywhere.
No. Hey! No, he's missed it. Got a point. Wow, that was very close. Point.
Missed it.
Now, Roy, in football, we talk about 4 phases of play.
Yep.
We have reality check,
Yep.
wake up call,
Yep.
line in the sand, and press the panic button. Should the Swans be pressing the panic button?
Yes.
Right, good. Glad
Yes.
got that sorted out.
Yes.
Now, Roberts Thompson.
Well, if they're going towards Roberts Thompson, they have pressed the panic button.
Well, they're somehow playing him on the wing.
I know.
In some weird sort of way.
I know.
Swans kicking it up into
to hide him, but they keep kicking it to him.
Out of bounds there. It'll be a throw in. That's good for both teams, I think. But obviously, Swans would like to continue the momentum going.
Could I suggest whoever's next to goal is going to win this game?
Wow. Is that how you're seeing it?
That's how I'm seeing it.
Right. Even though it's a 2-goal game.
Even though it's a 2-goal game.
This will be a bottle up here. Now, when you press the panic button, will the runner come out with the panic button and they'll be able to press it and it'll show visible sparks?
I think so, HG. Yes, right. I think so. I think that's how it works.
Can I say
panic button, and then all thought ceases because you're just in panic.
Now, can I just point out how the weather's played its part here today perfectly?
Yeah.
It's been a brilliant day for football, really, hasn't it?
It has.
That's a great kick under terrible pressure. It's gone out on a full. Not so good. It was good for a while off the boot, but now, of course, it's...
See, Longmire's starting to panic. I mean, that's him panicking.
Has he got a panic button in front of him?
He's sitting on it.
Right.
He's sitting on it. Look at him.
And the Swans kick the ball up almost onto the 50.
Who's leading?
They defuse it, Hodgie, and it's a kick out of difficult circumstances. Might fall okay. Oh, that's great defence there. McVeigh got the ball. He tries to get it away. He's got a chance. Morton handballs. Reed kicks. Has he got anything on it? No, it's a point. So Hawks get the ball, but that makes it possible if 2 goals are kicked that they'll be in the lead.
Now, Jetta's off the park, actually.
Busted ass, Roy.
Now, let's see. Is it shoulder joint, hip joint?
I think it's the shoulder joint.
Shoulder joint, knee cartilage tear.
No, it's not that because it looks as though that's what they're working on, a knee cartilage tear.
Yeah. Soft tissue injury, perhaps.
Back it comes.
There has been a bit of that today.
This is the kick. Can they make this kick work? Oh, no, he's got the ball. Bad Hanbury. He's had to go back. He's got to go. He's kicked. Oh, can it work?
Play. Over the too high.
Right. Hang on, no. What's he done?
Too high.
No, he played. Wow. I thought that was red hot. Consistency is what we want. Consistency. Here it goes. That's a hack out of the air and away. It comes back the other way. Not very far though. McVeigh. Through he goes. It looks like Sewell at the bottom of the ball there. He taps it forward. Onto Young, but it comes back to the Swans. Reed kicks there now. At the back of the pack is Gibson.
Held off the ball, surely.
And another point by the looks. Oh, no, hang on. What happened here?
Held off the ball.
They subbed Mumford out.
Well, about time.
The Swans have subbed Mumford out.
Mumford out.
I didn't pick that up earlier.
Well, we'll find out in a minute.
But they haven't got another big bloke. They had to sub Mumford out and play with the players they had.
Yeah.
So, let's have a look now. It's in there forward. This is where they need a good takeaway, a clean takeaway, but the Swans get the kick. A jagging kick. Hanbury back to O'Keefe. O'Keefe on the sideline. Now the Swans having a bit of a getaway. He got the ball. Oh, this is going to be over the... I think it's going to... No, play on.
Swans keep it in.
Play on, but a tackle there. He held the ball.
In the back.
They rolled him over. I think they will play that as a ball up.
They'll have to play it as a ball up. But I thought Goods was taken out of the play earlier, HG, quite clearly.
I don't think Goods can move, to be quite honest.
No. So it doesn't matter take him out of the play.
I think, no, that's right.
So
stationary
he's
object.
just sort of like a tree out there.
Wow. Tree. Oh, missed kicks all round. They've got to watch the ball.
I like that, bottom the ball.
And 2 players, 2 Hawthorn players with the ball. It's got to be holding the ball. Yeah, 2 Hawthorn players holding the ball. I know this is not in the rules, but it does my head in every time.
I know.
2 players gripping the ball. Why aren't they moving it on?
Yeah.
Here's the ball up now, and it's still... Now they've got a chance with...
Oh, no. Blew the chance.
Blew the chance.
Still possible for the Swans to
get
possession here.
It's attractive football. And they say that AFL's nothing like rugby.
Yeah, well, here... I mean, this is more rugby than rugby, isn't it?
It is. It is. I expect to see a rolling maul in a minute. And they slaps it forward.
Out.
It's so
Cooper
close.
Quaid complaining.
Oh, that's great. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, he's paid it.
Paid it.
Yes. Oh, and 50. Wow.
Oh, Lord, that's a game changer.
Wow, no.
That's a game changer. Look at Longmire. Suddenly that panic button's starting to feel comfortable.
Is he actually sitting on it? And what would it feel like, Roy? Whereabouts is
panic
this kick?
button?
Yeah. Sharp.
Well, it penetrates a fair way, HG, if it's a...
Oh, it's a kick.
Hang on.
What's he done here? He's got a point, I think. Point. Chelsea marks a point. Chelsea Bamford. Terrific work.
Okay, well, the Swans... I think the
now
Swans...
2 goals. 2 goals still.
Wanting for fitness here, HG. I think they're tired. I think they're run off their feet. I think they've given up.
Well, it's been a fascinating contest, and the Swans, they're certainly not out of it. But these short kicks expose them a little bit, really.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I mean, this is Heath Grundy with the ball at the moment, one of the beards.
But they're
And he's
lacking
going-
big men out there now,
And
actually.
as you pointed out before, Roy, they attack the corridor.
Yeah, you know,
They-
it's hopeless for them. They've got to go up the middle.
And this is somebody being knocked over. It's going to be a ball up, I think. I don't think there was any prior opportunity there as they pile in. That's an attractive sight, though.
People love that.
They do.
Never
That's
tired.
why kids play footy, isn't
Stacks
it?
on milk.
To lie down on the MCG on that one
And
day
have
in
someone
September.
flop on you. And then
And it-
someone flop on him.
And if their name was Suckling, so much the better.
Yeah.
Now, ball up right on the News Radio logo. It's tapped forward. Hanbury reaches for it, but he's sort of what's happened here. I can't even work out. No, must have been an incident off the ball that I was unable to see. Mitchell's got the ball, handball's off, onto Young, I think it is, who kicks it up into the
That's a
forward
good
pocket.
kick.
That's going to run okay. Oh!
Oh, that's a good kick. Oh, hello. Hello. That's on. That's the first bit we've seen. Actually, a little bit of spite, a little bit of passion, a little bit of what I used to call blood culture.
Do you think they'll get the bucket out at three-quarter time, or have we had three-quarter time? I think we might have had three-quarter time. There's a kick now. They might be able to run here. Bounce. Oh, it's a cruel bounce, isn't it? But they get the ball back. Players there.
Oh,
and
well
Goods,
done, Sway. Here's Goods. He
Goods.
can't run, of course.
now, and they've got it up here. But there's a chance, though. It's in the right area. They just have to work out how to play this. The
Yeah.
Swans.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Here's a chance, though. It's Hanbury with a kick.
No.
Yes,
Yes.
he's got it. He's got it.
Yes, come on. Give us the Leighton Hewitt, does Hanbury. No need for that sort of showboating, son.
Just kick the goal. Get
Just
back to
kick
the
the
middle.
goal, get back into position, start
Yeah.
again for the ball up.
Hey,
Actually, what I used to love in terms of blood culture was everyone had spit in a bucket.
Yes.
You mixed it up and everyone had a sip.
Would they? Wow. And would they play, say something like, I don't know.
What, music? No?
Oh, no, I was thinking of something from, I don't know, Daddy Cool while they did that.
Oh, no, this was done in silence, actually.
Oh,
you know.
silence?
Yeah, silence.
All right.
You know,
Right.
it was a bit like a ritual.
A ritual. Oh, and there was a...
All you'd hear is the sound of the spit hitting the bottom of it.
Right.
Until you had so much spit in there, you couldn't hear it anymore.
Hanbury gets a goal against the run of play, you'd have to say.
Yeah, it was against the run of play. But it's the goal that could turn this game around.
The most crucial goal
Ever kicked.
in the history of AFL. Now, Goods
And
is in the
Goods is
middle.
up front, yes.
And Cyril's up there as well. Cyril with a terrific kick. Who's he kicked that to? Sadly, it's to no one, really. Wasn't a good kick in the end. Richards defuses that thrust. And now the Swans have a chance to reload. And away they come on the far side. Bad kick. Now they've got a chance. They've got to get this ball if the
How
Swans...
costly was that?
Burgoyne, wholly
Ball
on
with
the
the ball.
Oh, brilliant play from Burgoyne. On to Sewell. Sewell
Oh,
smothered off
smothered.
them. Oh, now they've got a
Good.
chance. Now they've got a chance. They've got to handball it out there. Now they're going wide. Now it's very slow
Kick it,
because
son.
everybody's tired. Up it comes onto the...
No one there, no Swan
Yes.
there.
Oh. Oops. Jeepers creepers, talk about a ricochet ball. And he's got...
No, caught with the ball. Did he have a chance to get rid of it? No, I don't think
Play
he did.
on.
I
think it's going to be a ball up. It's got to be a ball
Got to be a
up.
ball up. Ball up.
Let's take this break on the Boot Part 1.
ABC News Radio. Festival of the Boot. Part 1.
And they reset, and it's a kick hacked out of there as the and here comes. Oh, it's a lovely bit of work from Diopolo in the green boots, and he just got it away to Buddy. Buddy's a long way from goal. He stops. He has a look. He decides to handball to a player. It's a Swans player.
It's a beard.
It's a bloke with a beard who's kicked it very high, but only to Swans players. And now I think it's touched over the line, so it'll be throw in at the moment.
There's a bit of blood, sheep. About time we saw something like that.
He'll have to go back. Is that drinkable?
That is drinkable. Of course it is.
Now we'll have to go back.
Oh,
More tape.
what's this?
This is real
Tissue injury. Soft tissue.
soft tissue, but that's a cruciate knee ligament, isn't it?
Yeah,
that they're
it is.
taping up
My
there.
word, yeah.
And it's a goal in it at the moment. 10 minutes to go. A very close grand final, exciting grand final. As skipper Gastro Boy comes off to get bandaged.
He's done well though. He's done well, Gastro Boy.
He'll re-emerge with the Crimea Wall look.
Yep, he
So
will.
it's Mike Pike, the Canadian, going all the way against Hale. Roberts Thompson comes in and helps. It comes back to Mitchell. Mitchell gets the ball onto Jordan Lewis, who hadn't had the best today. It's caught there by one of the
Caught the
Hawks.
ball.
And I think it's going to be a
prior
ball up.
opportunity.
No,
No
I don't
prior
think so.
opportunity. No prior.
Consistency, that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
And it's a long way to go in the grand
Can
final.
I suggest whoever is next to score is going to win this match?
You mentioned that already.
Oh, okay.
earlier on.
And we had a score since then.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, there'll be another ball up. I love these ball ups.
I do too. No one
gives
ties
me a
the ball
moment
up.
to talk about the wonderful work done by Quentin Dempster in the Sydney 7:30 report.
That's on Friday night.
Statewide,
On ABC One.
Yeah.
Replayed later on ABC Two, maybe at about 11:30. That
And
evening.
sometimes on News 24
Yes,
as
and
well.
you can watch
ABC
it on
News.
iView as well.
Yes.
For
Hawthorn.
Dempster freaks.
Hawthorn get the ball away, sort of into nowhere really, but Buddy's picked
Buddy's
the ball up.
there.
Oh, Buddy goes one way, then the other way, and it's tapped out.
Oh, taken out high by a beard.
Yes, I think they won't like that.
Starting to get a little bit willing now, I see. A little bit willing.
Well,
It's
it's
passion coming into it now.
the passion, that's right, Roy. You'd expect that at this time of the day.
Yeah.
Because if it's not now, it'll hardly be
It'll
there
never
at all.
happen.
And
Yep.
here's another stoppage. You know what? I think Hawthorn in this last phase of the game have been on top in the stoppages. See, no one gets an advantage there. You can hardly argue that the Swans won that.
No.
And the Swans are meant to be the stoppage experts.
Yep.
Admittedly, they don't have Big Mummy out there.
No, they don't. But maybe they've forgotten how to stoppage.
True. That's exactly.
can
They've
happen, you know.
forgotten how to stoppage. Mitchell with the ball. He ducks one way and then the other. Oh, this is wonderful AFL.
It's perfect, isn't it?
This is why kids play it. You know, in the off chance that, I might be able to tackle.
Well, there's a lot to be said
Round the
for
tackle.
having a game like this where you do take all kicking and passing out of it.
That's true. There's no kicking and passing, no marks. There's a kick there. That should be penalised, from my view. And O'Keefe, here's Hodge. He's good at that intercept, and he kicked out of bounds. No, Lewis
Now,
Roberts Thompson.
settle down, Swans. Move it forward.
Yeah, they're just everybody's in the middle of the park, really.
Move it up.
And here
Now,
comes.
who's
Now, I'm
he?
hoping for a stoppage here.
Oh, well, almost.
Oh, he's taken high, umpire. It's got to be taken high, surely.
I thought he was taken high.
Look how.
How high he was taken.
And so the
that's
game's
play on.
gone in weird time here. It's kind of gone into a red phase shift. That can happen.
Yeah.
The trouble
It
with
reminds me of Superman's Bizarro world. It has gone weird, hasn't it? It's in a different dimension. It's a fifth dimension game now, isn't it?
the trouble is no one seems to be able to break away from this endless stoppage and crueling the ball in that way.
Yeah.
And here's Buddy knocking. Well, again we got a stoppage.
Again, we got the stoppage.
That was good play from Buddy. He saw the possibilities there.
Yes.
But people are hanging on, and 99,000 people, Roy, 683.
99,000, is that a world record, HG, for this?
It's a world record,
Yeah, world
for
record.
someone sitting on the panic button.
Yeah, good.
And now it comes to Hawthorn. Now they might be able to find a bit of space at time. Oh, no.
Out of bounds on the full. Deliberately, I would maintain.
78 plays 72.
Yeah.
It's
Couldn't be
11-6,
closer.
72, 11-12, 78. And Richards with the ball.
Yes.
Rich.
Okay, move it forward.
Now look at the pack. It's only got about 80 people in it. Off the back of the pack, Bolton screws it up. It's coming. Bounce one way and then the other. What a cruel bounce. Oh, he's had to handball it to
Pass
himself.
to no one.
Here's, and somebody's
Off the
getting
ground. Kick it off the ground.
Oh, they've got it.
Yes!
Scores a level.
Scores a level.
What an amazing game. It's so tidal. And again, against the run of play, the scores are level. It's 78 points apiece. We'll take this short break. And Roy, what's your theory about the next to score?
Oh, okay, next to score was win. I think the Swans will win now, actually. I do. I think they've absorbed everything Hawthorn could throw at them, and have joined them.
Oh, it's a bad
The
mistake by the
momentum is
defence.
now with the Swans.
They couldn't kill that. Now it's scores a level, and we've got 8 minutes to play.
Yep.
So
at this rate, this has been the lowest scoring quarter by far. We've had, 4 goals, 2 each, roughly?
Yeah, 2
Somewhere
each,
around
I'd say.
that.
Yep, 2 each. And the Hawthorn look as though they were going to run away with it. But
They
the
did,
Swans,
but
to
they
their
did.
effort, have bottled the ball up time and time again.
Yes.
And
And that grafting style has proved exhausting for the Hawks. I
now,
think.
Gastro could be having a go at either end. I think they're going to have to rebandage him, which
Yeah.
is slowing things up and allowing people to reset. And it's 78 apiece, an excellent grand final.
Yeah.
And
Best I've seen.
Best I've seen, yeah. And
I've seen.
would you say the best stoppages you've seen,
Yeah,
Roy?
best stoppages, yeah.
You're a stoppage
it's
freak.
It's
I
not be
know.
the best football I've seen, but it's the best final I've seen.
Right, and stoppages. I know you isolate them all out and look at them
Yeah,
just
I love
for fun.
looking at the stoppages later. The highlights really.
Yeah,
stoppages
that's right.
For me.
And now the Swans, can they get a takeaway here? They
Hey,
can.
they've got a clearance.
That's amazing.
That's the
That's
first
amazing.
time.
Now, mercifully, it's going to stop up here, isn't it?
Hope so.
Back it goes the other way. Hawthorn Sewell gets the ball. He taps it away. And now up onto the forward line. It's going to go with the
He was
kick.
given too much room.
Far too much room as they set themselves. Good mark by
good
Richards.
mark. Richards has been good.
He has. He's worn him like a glove.
Yep.
And now
Not
Richards
bad.
slows it up and he kicks it out onto the far side. And another
Yeah,
mark
good
there.
mark,
That's
good
great
mark.
That's your man Kennedy, I think, with the ball now.
It is.
Norm Smith medalist. Now he has to go back, and they're all going to sit around and do nothing for a while. They need Hodge out there to steady him down.
Well, Hodge is out there, isn't he?
No, he's getting his head.
He's getting his head bandaged.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Oh, that was.
And his.
what was
that's
that about?
Oh, I think he's paid a fee to Swans because the Hawthorn player infringed in the marking
Yeah,
contest.
fair enough, yeah.
And I think it's
now,
Luke
I
Parker
do
with the
have
ball.
an interesting stat here, actually, while we wait for this kick. All the Swans premierships have been won by less than a goal.
And how many Swans premierships are there, Roy?
Not so many.
No, fair enough. I think there's only two.
Yeah,
So-
but both less than a goal.
Excellent. But now they're in front by a point. God,
See, I
there's
love
an
seeing
omen.
this bandage work. Actually.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people don't. I mean,
It's terrific, isn't it?
people love seeing, Pit Lane.
Pit
You know,
lane,
with
they
your-
do. They do love seeing pit lane.
Yeah.
Where things
There
are
should be
repaired.
more of that.
And great mark there.
mark.
I tell you who's lifted, Mike Pike.
Yeah.
He's a revelation. You know, they love him in Canada.
He's a hero in Canada.
Yes. No one knows who he is. They just
No.
know he's a hero. And here's Goods.
He's Goods. Is he good enough? He's quick
got
enough?
Yes.
Yes.
They're a goal ahead, the Swans.
Yes.
Late in the fourth quarter. And what a turnaround again. It's been ebb and flow, going right down to the wire,
Yeah.
past the S-Pen.
It
This
is.
is the boot part one.
But I tell you, actually, how important now are the clearances?
Right.
It's all about the clearances,
Yes,
isn't it?
true.
Swans haven't even been able to get any clearances this quarter.
Would you think that the next goal was crucial, Roy?
No.
No.
No, I think that was the crucial goal.
Right,
I
fair
think the
enough.
Swans have won it.
Right.
I think we could ask people to go home now, that's it, stop the game, Swans have won, and no one will be disappointed.
Fair enough. I think that's an excellent call. 99,000 people leaving for the doors. That's a great goal from a bloke who's got a busted ass and can't do much at
Yeah,
all.
he can't run.
No.
Goods can't run.
He can just stand around and get goals.
He's got all that soft tissue injury around the back door.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Now, this is the one they need here. The clearance here, I would have played that as in the back, I think.
Yeah, well, that's what
Oh,
Bolton's
yeah, sure.
saying.
Bolton shouting. You've
shut
done
up,
nothing, Bolton. Get on and play some footy, will you? Oh, it's all very well to wear the 24 on your back. Blood's culture, drinking blood and spit and all that sort of stuff. Bring down the thunder from the sky. What have you done, Bolton?
Nothing.
Bugger all.
He's done nothing.
Anyway, away it comes again. And now they've got a clearance.
Hey, a clearance.
Might have been O'Keefe with that one. And well trapped. There's a little bit of work to be done here from the Swans to keep it up there. Gee, all of a sudden the Hawthorn Hawks look tired and looking for a place to rest.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you're a goal behind.
Yeah, true. You look slow. They've got
well
it.
done, Roberts Thompson. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's excellent work from Roberts Thompson there, unless he's managed to pick out a free. But now it's a goal. Well, I can't do the maths quickly enough. Is that a goal and 1 point,
Goal
Roy?
and 1 point, HG, yeah. Goal and 1 point.
And there's a kick into the forward line. Can the Hawks get somebody on the end of
Yeah,
it?
Buddy's
Oh,
got
Buddy.
it. Buddy's got it. Now, Buddy hasn't been kicking well from this position, HG.
Oh,
that's clever.
Yeah, but I worry that that's not a brilliant position.
Yeah, but Roberts Thompson was too slow to read that. He should have read that.
Gunston, good goal kicker here.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
Well, it looks easy.
you could hear a pin drop.
I know
couldn't
you
Roy?
could hear a pin
Apart from Jeff Kennett
Yeah,
balling up
listen.
the back.
That was a pin dropping. Bloody hell.
That is a hell of a noise, isn't it? Gunston, pressure on this
Yeah.
Cannon man. Look at the nervous faces there
Yeah.
of the Hawthorn faithful as Gunston comes in.
Comes in. Has he done it? Has he done it? Has he done it?
He's brought it back.
Yes!
Oh, hit the post.
Poster!
Wow.
So now there's one goal in it.
And, of course, there have been many posters today. Could we have a draw, Roy? We've got 5 minutes to go.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? If
Yeah, well,
they
they've
had
got
to come back next week.
No, they can't. They've got to play extra time.
All right.
This,
People love that.
oh, here's a
the
mistake.
beard dropped it.
A
Oh,
beard.
the beard
Jordan
dropped
Lewis. But he gets it away. That was enough. Can he get it up further than that? No, it's
No.
bottled in. Here's a little kick. It's on to
Is that
Burgoyne,
Buddy?
is it? No, I don't think it's Buddy. I might be Duopolo with those stupid boots.
Okay.
There's a roost up there. He's a good kick.
That's a great kick.
He can't. Roberts
What a
Thompson.
great goal. Roberts Thompson. Best thing he's ever done.
That was poor kicking, though. He kicked it to a 1-on-3. 3 Hawks in the nest and only one. Sorry, 3 Swans in the nest and only 1 Hawk.
He didn't think it through.
He didn't think it through.
He didn't think it through.
Failure
He didn't think
between
it all.
brain, boot, and on the other hand, this might be the reverse here. It's tapped away, and here comes
Here we
the
go.
player Jordan Lewis. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, he played for that.
Oh, is there oh.
Oh, it's come free, though. Here's Schoenmakers.
Anything could happen here. Goal with the ball.
On to Mitchell. Jinking kick. I think that might be Suckling.
Smothered.
Good smother. On to Bolton.
Bolton has done nothing. Oh, well done, Bolton. Just kicked it straight back to Hawthorn.
Oh, they've got it off the pack. Swans in there. It'll be a ball up, I think. It's not going to come out of there. Not at this point.
Oh, I love a bloke bearing his head up a bloke's date.
Yeah, fantastic.
Especially when he's wearing a beard.
You feel that, don't you?
You do.
And now it's, what is it exactly? 6 points, the difference. One goal. Ball on the Hawthorn forward line, about to be bounced. And it's in the air now. It's tapped away. Swans come free with the ball. It's lying.
On the ground, people kicking it, people treading on heads, people tired, people exhausted.
Yes, now a
people
breakout of
each
here.
other. A beard gets up with the ball in the end, actually. That's
no
what people
surprises
want
to see a battle of the beard. And there's a Rufall, Burgoyne, or Gibson, the last line of defence. It's tapped away, but sadly only as far as Goods, who, apart from the Hawthorn player.
Bottles it up by Hawthorn.
Kennedy comes out with the ball.
I think Goods felt they got away with that. They did release the ball.
Well, there's Gibson all by himself. He's the furthest man towards their goal. 95 players in the Hawthorn forward line.
Brave Goods, brave Goods.
Oh, no, that's great from Goods.
That's great play from Goods.
And can they get a mark in here somehow? Can they conspire to...
Oh, here's the kick.
Captain Hodge, no. Oh, out of bounds. That won't be... Hawthorn won't worry about that too much, I think.
No, they'll be happy with that result, I think. Gives them another opportunity, HG.
And I can't quite work out... They've broken down in the forward line, really, because they can't quite make this work for them as it comes to...
No one can get a handle on the ball.
No, true.
That's the problem.
No, except millions of people. Sewell, no, he's got a point. So a kick will win it now. A goal will win it. So... This is a moment in footballing history. We got 3 minutes 19.
But I tell you what, if the Swans are next to score, they're not going to be beaten.
No, that's true. Now Hodgie trying to drag them all up. Look at the bandage work on Hodgie. That's tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what people want to see: bandage work. Good cut specialists and bandage merchants aren't given the sort of coverage they should be.
No, that's true. And I think that tomorrow it should be all about the wonderful bandage on Hodge.
That's a great mark.
Yes, I don't know that he should have done that because
he's just given it straight back to the Swans.
No, that's all right. It's a
ball up,
ball in. They're holding him now. They just got to get the score now.
Yeah. They're winning the arm wrestle in this part of the game. Hawthorn.
They certainly are winning the arm wrestle in this part of the game. But
that wasn't smart play.
Oh, another point here by the looks. Gee, they're peppering the goals. It's 81 place 85, 11-15 place 13-7.
Yeah, well, see, Hawthorn have had a lot more shots at goal, haven't they?
They have.
A lot more inside 50s. In fact, if you said to me most of this quarter has been played inside the Swans 50, I think, they probably have too.
And,
great
mark. There's Reid. They brought Reid up to try and take a mark at the half-back line. This kick is the telling kick now.
Yeah, well, now the corridor's opened up, HG.
4 points in it. 2 minutes 46 to go, according to my clock. Reid just blazes away to a pack.
To anyone.
What they need is a stoppage here, the Swans. They can't get it.
They might get it.
Oh, bumping over.
Yeah,
down they go. Hodge taken down. That's what they want. That's perfect. Great play.
Perfect for the Swans, having a beard involved, a beard over the ball with a bandage.
And a bandage on the bottom.
Beautiful.
That's AFL.
Beautiful. Isn't it? Okay, well, now a series of stoppages along here would just suit the Swans.
And it's out of bounds. That's perfect. It might have come off the boot.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it's accidental, though. I don't think they play that anymore. Now, okay, a series of stoppages here. 2 minutes of stoppages would be just fantastic. Hodge getting the ball forward. He hacked it out of the air. Here they come now. Jordan Lewis onto Hanbury. It's a weird thing onto Kennedy. Shaw drops it. Shaw decides to have a run. He boots it right up there, and he's found a runner in O'Keefe.
O'Keefe did well, slowing that down.
O'Keefe now blazes away. Good mark there.
Very good mark.
And now the Hawthorns have a chance to reload. Here comes a runner out wide. He might seek the boundary line.
Good, great defence. Great defence there, HG. Great defence from... Who is that?
Oh, that's 29. I think that's Matner.
Well, that's the best thing Matner's done. In fact, that might be the first time we've referred to Matner.
Yeah, we've referred to him a couple of times.
Did we?
He fell over
in
once.
flattering terms?
Yeah, tend to be, Not drawing attention to himself
No,
in any idiotic sort of way.
Right, okay. All right.
Oh,
that might have been dangerous play, but it's a mark. Now, this is Jenner. He could win the match here for the Sydney Swans.
He could.
This kick could be the most important kick he makes in his life. The
Now,
important thing is to make sure you get a point.
that's right. They need a point, 86, and then it'd take a goal to get it. So 114. He's going to have a shot
Got that soft tissue injury, HG.
in the elbow.
In the elbow.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's not mucking around. He's coming in and having a kick.
Looking as though he's going to have a go.
Oh, gee, it's not a bad kick either, HG. It's a beautiful kick. I think it's there. No.
Now they've got a
Fighting
chance.
over it in the goal square.
They need now to keep the ball up there.
Yes.
And the Swans have won this match by 5 points on my prediction.
50 seconds left, HG. There's
Another stoppage now.
This will suit the Swans. That's all right. They want to keep the ball up in this goal mouth, up in the goal square.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It's been an exciting, pulsating game, and this is the final seconds of it. Can the Hawks? No. Kennedy. Throw. Hanbury.
Kick it. Bearded in the air. That could be a goal.
They've won
It
it.
is a goal.
Matner, I think, got it.
Matner. That's
Malchevsky. Sorry, Malchevsky.
Malchevsky kicked the first goal and the last goal.
How about that?
How
What would
about
the
that?
odds of that be?
Wow.
That's amazing, Malchevsky. The Swans have won the 2012 AFL Grand Final.
That's been a great piece of work by the Sydney Swans, HG. Great piece of work. They won the arm wrestle. They did dominate in the end. They looked like they were gone for all money in the first 5 minutes of this fourth quarter, but then they came back and they thought they were gone for all money, or we did in the first 5 minutes of the the third quarter as well. The Swans have done a marvellous job. Very resilient, very, very well-drilled team.
And, of course, now every football club will be doing what they do now. Just it'll end up being like rugby.
It will.
And the Australian, who will be the beneficiaries? The Wallabies.
Yeah, well, that may well be the case, but it's an evolving game, HG.
You forget that, don't you?
Remember flooding? Remember that?
Yeah, that's all gone now.
It's all gone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Remember the zone? That's all gone.
It's all
as
gone.
we try and get things...
Oh, no, it's now an arm wrestle. It's now snakes and ladders.
It's rugby union, and it can't be only seconds to go. The Swans have got this one in the bag, and there's as they come up, don't tell me they could get a goal. I tell you who's been missing today is Rioli's done nothing. I don't know who's been on Rioli, but it's done nothing. We're down to the final seconds.
Swans have done well here.
There it is. There it is. The Swans have won the AFL Grand Final in 2012. The final scores 14-7. 91 plays 11-15, 81. Let's hear the Swans song. Well, we're back live at the MCG with magnificent pictures. I think we can go to the Swans song. Well, what a pulsating grand final it was, Roy, in 2012, the AFL Grand Final. And, each quarter had the same shape.
It
Really.
did.
At one point, the Hawthorn team got on top. Then the Swans came back. At one point, in the next quarter, and there's Kennedy, old man Kennedy. How would he feel today?
Well, he must feel gutted, HG.
Gutted.
Gutted. I mean,
Absolutely gutted.
the prodigal son hasn't returned. The prodigal son has decided to go further away.
And
that's the lesson to be taken out today, isn't it? And what a terrific game it was. I mean, you and I have been calling AFL for how long now? 30 years?
30 years.
This is, I think, one of the best finals since '89. Certainly the best final we've seen.
I thought it was
great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And at the start of the season, who would have thought the Sydney Swans would be there?
Well, certainly they wouldn't.
They're the most surprised people on the planet that they
yes.
actually won the grand final.
Yeah.
And of course they stuck to their game plan when they could. Obviously the stoppages is what they want to do.
That's what they wanted, yeah.
They don't. Their genius is the ball in play is your enemy.
That's right.
You've got to take the ball out of the play as often as you can. It's revolutionised football from my thinking. I can see in the future the ball never being any moment in foot or hand distance. It'll just be stopped.
Well, that's not a bad idea. And what a beautiful game that would be to watch, HG.
It would be
what
fantastic.
A beautiful game that would be to call. And a lot of people, as you say, a lot of clubs are going to be saying, this Swans idea, can it work? Well, yeah, obviously it can. So let's stop any kicking skills. Forget all that.
They're wasting time.
Let's just go wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a wrestling game.
Yes.
And that's what people want to see. And look at the results, actually. You've got 90,000 people here watching a wrestling match. Who would have thought?
I know.
A wrestling match with a ball. Who would have thought?
It's incredible, isn't it? And so obviously, for the third time in the history of the club, if you include South Melbourne, the Sydney...
Well, I don't.
No. No.
I don't include South Melbourne.
No.
I think that South Melbourne rubbish is gone.
Yes.
This is pure Sydney corporate now.
Right.
Corporate. And the beautiful thing is, even though everyone's watched this, when the Swans return to Sydney and walk down George Street in their Guernseys and shorts, they're going to be recognised by no one.
And the great thing is when the city puts on a parade down George Street, no one will
come.
go. Yeah, that's right. So there it is, Footy Freaks. The Boot Part 1, the AFL Grand Final, cracked, boxed and buried. Today's prong, the Shooters' return to the Forest, was snared by the Sydney Swans. The tune, 91 to 81, but I don't think that's the final score. 14-7 plays 11-15 on the final scoreboard. Congratulations, Captain Committee. Congratulations, Super Coach, the man they called Horse, John Longmire. As we sign off from the MCG, can I thank News Radio for opening its doors and letting a couple of blow-ins wander in and take over the airwaves and burble on about football for the afternoon. And for help on this historic occasion when the Sydney Swans have won their second premiership, can I thank King Wally Otto in the soundproof booth, Scott Wales for holding it together up front and getting the hard ones on the turn in front of the big sticks, Ben Hoadley for his drive from the back line, and on the stats and scoreboard, the man with both eyes on the prize, Dare Jennings, and finally my colleague in league, rampaging Roy Slaven. Thanks Australia for your continuing interest in our great game. Join us tomorrow for the Boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final between the Melbourne Storm and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldog, and another evening when every thump, dump and bump of the greatest game in all can be heard right here on News Radio. Bye now.
A, B, C, News Radio, Festival of the Boot.
So there it is, AFL Footy Freaks, the Festival of the Boot Part 1, cracked, boxed and buried. As the sun sets over the MCG, the nation's top shooters leave the lagoon with a boot full of sparrow feathers. The lucky country can rest easy tonight, knowing that through common sense solutions, the balance of nature has been restored to the forest without an excessive use of violence. These wonderful but threatened environments are now safe for humans once again. That is the brilliance of the boot. This special presentation of the Shooters' Return to the Forest on ABC News Radio has been made possible by the fine people who manufacture those wonderful weapons: Glock, Smith & Wesson, Beretta and Winchester, and the Remington Slug Gun, the cannon that's designed for use by all Aussie kiddies under the age of 10. Join us tomorrow for the Festival of the Boot Part 2, the Rugby League Grand Final, brought to you by Twiggy Forest Fortescue Metals Group and the Happy Big Hole Diggers of Australia. Remember, every bump, bump and dump of the greatest game of all will be heard live as it happens right here on ABC News Radio. See you then, league lovers, for another afternoon of all boot magic.
Festival of the Boot.